Okay, we should be live. And we're live. Oh, hello there, everybody. So we're live. Let me go get this everywhere it needs to be.
Probably good. Hey, I'm here instead of at home. Oh.
Whoa.
Everybody I know is asleep right now, apparently, for some reason.
Are you guys ready for 2.5 hours of John doesn't know what to do with his hands when he's not doing stuff?
It's gonna be fun.
Great.
We're probably just gonna jump right fucking into it, because it's a
Yeah.
double.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, it's been a while since we've been here, and that means that
About 2 weeks.
there's gonna be a light echo coming from Austin because of their dynamic, but you'll deal with that. It'll be fine. Thank you, viewers. But so we took some weeks off because of travel stuff. And that means that we are doing a double vote off this week. So we've watched episodes 4 and 5. Asterix, we watched in episode 3. Whoops. But that means we're gonna vote off 2 shows at the end of the night. I wonder what one of them could possibly be. It's a mystery, really. 3-way tie wheel.
I think it's probably Hikaru, spoiler.
No, we're gonna vote off Futari Solo Camp a second time.
Don't
Nice.
tempt me. Wouldn't be the first
Guys,
time I've done
I
it.
hate to bring it
Rifle
up, but
weekly.
I think my Setsu's gotta go, guys. It really wasn't that funny.
Sean, could you put rifle on the?
I will. Yeah, I got you. I'll put you. We'll do a
Excellent on
season.
there.
We'll do a season where it's just all of our shows, and then it's like Unio, Rifle is Beautiful, My Setsu. I'll just give you some bonus
Well,
fun stuff.
Sean,
to
we
vote
can call
off.
it instead of greatest
Random
hits, it's greatest shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna
Every do a
Who can get through the
all
most
shows
shows
that got off
fully
first.
without throwing up?
be me. My
Oh,
my
I-
tolerance for dog shit is
I can
high.
stomach a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I get bored, bro.
Look, if it's a competition to see, I will win it.
He will just be miserable the entire time.
I'll miserable. I don't care though.
and no
I'll
speed
win.
up.
Real quick, just cause. New shirt.
I can't
Okay, no,
exactly see what it is. Oh, okay. I
Pokemon,
see it
it's
now.
Yeah,
started.
it is
Started.
indeed.
I see it.
It is.
That's
Yes.
sick.
I also have a new shirt
Nice.
from the AJR tour. Cool.
Nice.
This is an old shirt, but you've never seen me wear it, so it's a new
This
I'm
is
in.
an
Mason,
old
I think
shirt.
I've only ever seen you in that shirt.
That can't
It's
be
also an
true.
old shirt.
I have video
That's-
proof that proves otherwise.
Just not correct.
That is like your go-to like nighttime shirt. I swear. Whenever we're like hanging out.
Yes,
Maybe.
because it's comfortable and also because it's been like it's been ruined, but I love this shirt. I'm
Wait,
sad.
We should do a season where the entire season we make sure that we wear the same shirts. The entire... I've done that for like half a
Radcliffe.
season once, and then I gave up because it started getting too hot out for the sweatshirts.
Yeah, we should just start wearing the exact same shirts every episode, and then anytime we skip a week, we'll pause and we'll swap into the episode 3 shirts halfway through. We'll just start doing some Sam Riegel shit.
Or we all buy like 5 of the same shirt and we just like rotate it around. We just alright,
mail
you're,
the
you're
shirt.
on the red shirt with the.
Now we're
this
just
pattern
doing
on
the-
the
now
we're
we're-
all very different body types. and
Now
that
we're just
wouldn't work
doing
at all.
the MBT bit. We can't be mailing shirts back and forth.
Like, we
Um,
all buy those 5
Individually.
individually. Yes.
So we're
I'm
gonna
the Blue Ranger.
we're gonna talk about our 10 shows we have. The recaps are probably not going to be super thorough. I don't expect them to necessarily be. I know some of us watched everything recently. I know some of us did not. So if episode 4s blend in with your 5s, that's fine, man. I'm not going to be... Look, I know what I have to talk about tonight. I'm not stressing on accuracy of episode breakdown. I will do one quick thing I want to talk about because I'm mad about it. So I get the privilege and I'll segue us out of it. Kill Blue ended today. Man, the internet sucks about this. Kill Blue is, I would say, a better than average manga. That is totally fine. It has one thing about it that is a sticking point that I understand people being like, maybe this isn't a manga I want to read. And that's totally understandable. The end of the manga fucking clears the bar on that. It's totally safe. It doesn't fuck it up. It's a good end. And hey, when a manga hits 115 chapters, maybe it hasn't fucking been axed. Maybe it just hit the conclusion of its story. That irritates me. I know I say this all the time, I might make a video about this. That's how much it irritates me.
What about Oshinoko irritating us with its ending?
By the way, if you're wondering the thing I'm talking about for Kill Blue, if you don't remember the Kill Blue premise, it's that it is a middle-aged assassin who gets stung by a wasp and turned into a middle school boy. And so you have the dynamic of a middle school boy hanging out with other middle schoolers, but he's actually a full-grown adult. And so anything that threads a romance line is incredibly dangerous. Again, the good news is, we fucking soar over that hurdle, no problem, in the last chapter of the manga. They didn't fuck it up. It's perfect. Literally the lowest bar. All I had to clear. With that in mind, I got a power ranking for us. There's gonna be spoilers for these episodes. Mason, do you like being bold?
That's a good sign.
Oh, great.
There you go. Wow, that's really fucking small on my end. I'm so sorry for our viewers at home. I don't have a good way to... Here, I'll do
Okay.
For us, it's fine.
It seems really small on the stream, so I'm just gonna...
I will talk about mine.
No, I mean, for what it's worth, it's not, like, crazy.
I think my power ranking makes total sense for my tastes.
I agree. I also think there's a couple of odd things here. Let's just gauge the room real quick. So I talked to Michael briefly. I think largely a double vote off actually sucks right now.
Yeah.
I actually
have one
would.
show I want gone.
Yeah, and I would kind of want to watch a little more of everything
The
else.
fucking chasm between 9 and 10 is
Uh-huh.
insane. It's
Well,
like a 9 versus 20.
Maybe not for Austin? Question mark. We'll talk about it.
Austin's funny.
The thing is, realistically, like yes, there are shows I like a lot less than others.
Yes.
But Kamitsubaki is just...
We'll talk about it at the very. That's your reward for sticking with us
We will
to the end of the
talk about
podcast. We will talk about Kamitsubaki again. With different problems this time, perhaps. But yeah. This is a difficult week, I would say. So let's get into it, Mason. Gachiakuta. Or something like that.
So Gachiakuta, so episode 4, we are discussing the cleaner organization. So Rudo gets brought in by Engine to the cleaner HQ. We meet a whole bunch of characters in this episode. We meet Simiu, who is the receptionist. Her whole thing is that she's got really good eyes and got glasses that help with that. She saw something with Rudo. I don't know what, but anyways.
Darkness.
Darkness, edge,
funny.
chaos. Anyways, we then meet the main focus of at least this episode, or we don't meet her this episode, but we get a bit more of her this episode. Rio. Rio is somehow both the most down-to-earth person and also the most batshit insane person in this show so far.
Oh look, a Danganronpa character.
Yeah, literally. Her whole bit is that she is super positive and super nice and very like, hey everybody, let's work together and be helpful and it's gonna be great. We're gonna make it through, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna go murder the shit out of these trash beasts with giant ass scissors, using them not with my hands, but my legs, of course. Cause why not?
If we can.
Because we can. And they address this. They're like, you know, most people would use scissors with their hands, but she's a bit brash. She's crazy, so fuck it. She can use them with her legs. They end up fighting a trash beast that has a vital object inside of it, or a vital instrument, which is weird. And yeah, that's about the episode. Also, Rudo can't join the cleaners until the boss gets back, and the boss is going to be gone for a while. Also, don't ask about his vital instrument. Don't do it.
Don't ask anybody actually about them.
Yeah, no one knows, so don't. And then episode 5, they get a call to go help some village about like there's a trash beast that might be coming, so they're trying to like stop it from happening. They get got. That's an actual quote from the show. They get got. They get caught in a trap by bandits who also are givers, and one of them has mud powers. Zonka kicks the shit out of them. And then we also get to see what I assume is the main bad guy for now, at least. It's a dude with dreads and claws and Freddy Krueger claws.
Voiced by
He
Zeno
seems
Robinson.
neat. Oh shit, I didn't know that. That's it.
Edgerton.
But
I will say, this dub cooks. This dub's great, honestly.
the dub cooks. Simu's voice is fucking. Oh my god, dude.
Perfect.
Oh, insane. You should go watch the bits of of episode 5 with the antagonist to hear the Japanese delivery of his voice. Oh my god.
Okay.
It is a different like kind of chilling. It's insane. The voice actor's the one who does Reno in Kaiju number 8. It sounds nothing
Okay.
nothing like that voice. It's completely different.
Hey, you know that reference point? Absolutely forget about it. Not even close.
Yeah, but like that's the only reference point I can give you. None of his voice roles sound anything like it. But no, the dub kills it. These 2 episodes are really good. They're a lot more lighthearted. While still having the dark undertone of the general show, which is nice. So I like them a lot.
It's less edge, more batshit.
More world building,
Yeah.
trigger looking ass. Like action,
The supporting cast rules. I don't remember his name, but the guy who's just a dude who punches shit rules. He's rad.
Bruce.
Yeah.
His name is Bruce.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
W guy.
I really like his interactions, particularly with Rudo. It's a good time. The problem is that while this did everything I wanted it to, everything around it also got really good. So like, it's just where it is on my list because I like where it's going, but I like where everything else is too.
Yeah. It's kind of my point of it as well, is like, yeah, this is pretty middle of the pack right now because it's good. I'm enjoying it, but like everything else is really solid.
kind of hard too. Like, if I was definitively like in that middle of the pack, but I think like for me, it's like I think like Hikaru dies is just like slightly above, and we'll talk to that when we talk to that. But like Gachiakuta falls like just like kind of like the next tier basically, and like is in that kind of grouping tier because of the fact that it's like I like some of the things it's doing, but also it's still kind of building to a point where it's like interesting, if that makes sense.
It's an early
like,
shonen. It's gonna take
it's early
that.
shonen. So
We
like,
know
of
what
course
we
it's
get
gonna
with
take a
it.
while, and like it's a classic main character is loud, like stuff that like takes a bit to get used to when you're introduced to a new shonen character usually. But like I said, like a lot of the supporting cast I feel like is almost better than the main character. It's getting that Black Clover syndrome where like the main character feels a bit annoying.
What a
But the
concept.
supporting cast is really good.
That's like
So-
one of my 4 shonen sins. It's like the supporting cast being like infinitely more interesting than the main character. It pisses me off because it happens so often.
I am
It's like,
really
wow, this character is so cool and well designed. I want to know more about them, and I'll see them in 8 episodes.
I am really worried about Rudo's progression, because like he has a trainer. We're not training him yet.
Yeah.
Also, the story seems like to introduce like this idea of like it's a trash beast that has a vital instrument fundamentally doesn't make sense with the system you set up, and I feel like it's really early to introduce something that's completely contradictory to the system you're trying to build and describe, because it's like we're trying to introduce you to what everyone knows about it, but we're also going to change what everyone knows about it immediately at the start of the story.
I do
that makes sense.
I do get what you're getting at. You explain how the vital instrument works, and then immediately give you something with it that doesn't fall within the parameters.
And I feel like they're trying to, and I feel like they're trying to like introduce like a lot of like potential plot points that like might get all resolved at once, and that would or like all comes together with like the rate like the formal introduction of the raiders, the old kidnapper getting like fucking tortured for information, and the vital instrument trash beast. And it'll be interesting to see like how it all eventually like either folds together or gets resolved separately, which is like honestly for me like the worst and most annoying case.
The show is odd in that you have a lot of things happening. You have a lot of things set up for long term, and you're not exactly sure what that's gonna look like. Because who knows how long Rudo's gonna be here for, and what he's gonna do while he's here. I think maybe
also,
the
is he
most.
Gonna get any training ever?
I think he will. I think probably after this we'll get some. I think it's perhaps the thing that caught my attention most was their explanation of, hey, these are uninhabitable zones. You can't be in here more than like 15 minutes. Rudo was definitely in there for more than 15 minutes without a gas mask.
Hey, this is Chernobyl. Don't go into Chernobyl.
Main character syndrome built different.
I do.
Yeah.
No, it's the power of his red hand.
The power of
whatever.
trash.
I do think it's really weird that you have Bruce talking to him and it's like, you've got to figure out what it is you personally enjoy in life. And we haven't pulled the trigger on the fact that Rudo very clearly likes to find old things and refurbish them. Like he has a thing he does that he enjoy, and we're just not doing anything with. Like
and it's not like they ignore that because
he brings it up in episode 4.
He's like, oh, I see all these things and it makes you want to.
It's just
put
weird.
Them together.
It's weird. We're taking a long. Like I feel like we're gonna take a long time for him to come to that realization when it's kind of been at the forefront of who he is so far.
I'm ready for him to just like build the Gundam with his mind hand gauntlets. I just feel like I am Setsuna FC. I am Gundam.
That'd be fire. Pulls a fucking Eustace Kid, giant fucking stupid arm to do silly things.
I mean, do we have a Prince Ali murderous he Aliel Sanchez?
See, I don't know this reference.
I also
this
seems
exclusively John.
I know what you said, Mason, and I'm just not acknowledging that one. I'm still stuck on the Kid comics. I'm like, if this goes as well as it does for Kid, oh boy.
He's fine.
The most hyped character in all of One Piece fandom.
Mr.
Anyways, go read
Potential.
One Piece. No spoilers.
Potential.
Go read One Piece. Speak.
Oh, no, I fucked
It
up
is.
the
Last chapter
thing.
was fucking insane. Again. Anyways, anyone else have any more comments on Gachiakuta this week?
I mean, I haven't really said anything, but like, not a whole much more to add. Yeah, the show's things like this world really neat like system. I just don't quite care about Rudo.
Yeah.
don't quite care about him.
I'm kind of fine with the show right now because while I don't particularly care about Rudo at the moment, neither does the show. So
like, bro, the world doesn't revolve around you, and neither does the show.
And he's just like, but like the surface though, my brother. Like, you say surface?
I'm totally fine with a show building its main character to be a main character.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
We'll see where it goes.
For sure.
As this season is, tone shift. Hey John. Fragrant Flower.
Absolutely. Ignore someone trying to get me to pick her Uma skills for her. So Fragrant Flower. Last time we left off, we know Rentaro and Karuko. I always forget how to say it.
Kaoruko.
They have their study session. They get very embarrassed with each other because like she's like, "Ooh, let me just show you this part right here," and they're like, "Oh, too close. Oh, embarrassment. Oh, classic rom-com trope. Yippee." But Rentaro can't study for shit. But does study enough that he actually ends up taking his stuff and he passes his exams barely. Well, for him it's like really good. He got like 59, which is like the whole classroom is like pogging. They're like, "Holy shit, he didn't get a 6? There's a 6. There's a number after the 6? Whoa, no way! That's impossible."
It's like a 30. It's like a 30 that's failing in Japan, right?
30's failing.
Yeah.
Okay.
30's. Yeah, because
No,
his
29
buddy.
is failing, but 30 is
29
He
is
got
failing. 'Cause
59
his buddy
on
was
the
1
English
point
test.
away and he got a 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so basically everyone's like popping off in the classroom. They're like shooting off like little poppers and stuff. The teacher's like, "Holy shit, dude, I was grading this shit and I couldn't believe it." And then someone like knocks over his like bags. Like, "Oh, sorry, my dude. Ooh, what's this note at the back of your
Why
study
is
book that
it's
says good
pink?
luck, heart, Karuko? Who's Karuko?" And he's just like, "Oh no, oh no," and it just gets all tense, right? Like, "Hey, who's the person in the notebook?" And he could have lied, like a liar, but instead he goes, "I don't want to tell you yet."
No, Usami's just like, "Hey, isn't Kaoruko the cheat?
Isn't that girl? Hey, isn't this the meeting for the Phantom Thieves? He's like, "Isn't that the girl that we saw at the library? I remember her getting called Karuko by that other girl who's kind of a bitch, but we'll get to that later."
Right, she, by the way, to do this in front of the entire class.
I know.
But also,
bro.
maybe the class doesn't hear it because it pulls
Yeah.
the manga
Hey,
thing.
yo,
where
he's
even
gotta
if
know
it
his
doesn't matter how
notebook,
close
guys.
4 people are to each other. If they're not directly talking to her, nothing gets through. He goes, "What the fuck are you guys doing in the back?" As if they just didn't exist for the past 5 minutes.
And then after this, he basically like very shy, like gets a notebook. He's like, "I don't want to talk to you about it," is what he says. He doesn't like say it doesn't exist. He doesn't say anything else, which is important for later too. He says, "I don't want to talk about it." And so they kind of drop it. The teacher says like, "Hey guys, stop being kids in the back of the class. Even though we just celebrated a passing grade. Stop goofing off for some reason."
Back to class.
He's like, the teacher literally shows up and goes, "Hey guys, you're ruining the vibe. Like, come on." So they all disperse, in which
There's a lot of that in this 2 episodes.
Yes.
Spree.
then Rentaro gets called out by Kuroko's friend, Subaru, right?
Subaru.
Yes.
He's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And he's like, "Uh-oh, that's not good." So they have this like meeting where she's like, "Listen, stop talking to her." And he goes, "No." That's basically, it's a lot more of like, it flashes back to the past. So like, she's her only friend. She doesn't want her to get bullied for like being friends with the one boy from the other school, right, and stuff like that. She wants to protect Kuroko, but Rentaro, being a good boy and being selfish for once, like a good boy should, says, "No, I'm not going to stop seeing her. Too bad." And despite like Rentaro being very nice to Subaru, she still kind of feels like very like sorrowful about it. Like kind of like very like she's like crying over it basically, because God forbid her female friend have a male friend. Period. It's kind of weird, in aspect, but Rentaro is able to thank her for helping pass the exams, as well later. Let's see, they end up going to like a festival, I think, as well. I forget. Does he run into her at the festival? He does, right?
Do they?
Is that 5?
Do they go to a
No.
festival?
Am I at 5?
No.
Oh, let me read.
I don't think they go to a
It's
festival.
been a while since I've watched this.
Episode 5 is mainly them doing the cleanup of like the
That's
miscommunication.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, they haven't done the
With,
sports
like, the,
festival yet.
that's right. Because he says if he passes, he can do the sports festival.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. That's why she wants to help him.
Yeah, so she
Like, "Hey,
comes.
you can tell me all about how good the sports festival goes," and he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, she comes. She comes to
like
the
he didn't have
shop.
a private conversation.
She comes to the family cake shop and
comes to the shop again. He tries to hide behind the counter.
Yeah.
Mom says, "Get your ass over here and talk to your girly friend."
Also, the counter is the display case is clear. She can see you, dumbass.
But-
Also, I gotta
she-
go in the back.
Walking
where it's-
very
But
clearly
she can't-
doesn't see him.
because she's too focused on the cake. I love her.
She's too like nervous, like looking for him, that she doesn't notice that he's hiding behind the counter
Yeah.
too. She's like, "Oh, it's just him. It's just her. I can order the cake and leave and not have to have an awkward interaction with my boyfriend." And she's like, "No. You guys are gonna talk.
not
Oh, by the
yet.
way, I'm gonna go do the dishes in the back where it's very loud and close the door. And you take care of the shop, Rinthrow. I'll be back in 30 to 45 minutes."
Yeah, but he's very
which,
clearly awkward because he's still the stuff with his boys is still eating at him.
And then she can clearly see that like something's off,
Yeah.
but he can't really express it. It's very awkward. They end up
She makes him
like
laugh.
they end up like she makes him laugh. She's like, "That's the Rinthrow. That's very cute," and I like that. I'm glad you finally smiled for the first time in this conversation. They have a very cute little like high five that's very slow and awkward, and they both go, "I'm never washing my hands ever again." Moment afterwards, and then we have at the end of the episode we get this scene where Kuroko ends up going out to like this like old playground where her and Subaru used to hang out, and they're gonna have a chat. It's basically about she basically says, "Hey, so I talked to Rinthrow in private," basically, and it's where it like leaves us off on a cliffhanger. But importantly, at some point in these episodes, one of the two, we have a scene where it cuts to his friends, his guy friends. They're like, "Hey, why didn't you like blow up at him like you usually do? That's really like you not being more like aggressive over this like secret is very weird." He's like, "I just feel like he still doesn't trust us, and that hurts me." And his little buddy's like, no, you don't understand. He didn't say that it was nothing. He said, "I don't want to talk about it," which means it's something important to him, and he's never told us about anything about him or anything important to him before. So like we need to let him process this and come to us at his own time, basically. And they're all kind of like, "Yeah, you're right.
This is
He's still one of the bros." It's literally like the bro is just like, "I just thought he trusts us like bros," and they're like, "No, bro, he does. You don't see it, man. It's just like you got to give him some time to like, understand it."
That scene works because they spent 3 episodes showing you how Rentaro interacts with them and that he does just brush everything off with everybody. So the scene works.
Also, he doesn't just like deny it either. Like he says, it's like he didn't just deny it like it's nothing. He didn't like brush it off like it's super private. It's just like he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't even know what it is yet, right?
Great bit in this
really good.
Great bit in episode 5 is that his mom does not believe that he scored a 59 on his exam.
Yeah. They're at dinner and the mom's like, "You scored a 50. Awesome. Let's go make some dinner." She makes like this fancy dinner. He's like, "Oh, what's the occasion?" She's like, "You scored a 59 on your exam." He's like, "Yeah. Here you go." And she looks at it, she's like, "You actually damn. Holy shit. My baby boy. He's not a failure." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Never mind."
Well, she's happy because he's clearly trying. He's not giving up, and apparently that has been the way he treats everything
MO.
growing up is that he just gives up on thing and moves on.
Everybody just like judges him, so he's just like, there's no point in trying anymore. But these episodes are really cute. They're really like, it's like one of those things where it's like it's a slow burn, but at least stuff is moving. Like things are happening, which is what's nice. Sometimes like you get in this rut where it's like it's a slow burn and it's like no progress is made despite things happening. Whereas in this case, it feels like progress is actually being made both in his like relationship with Kuroko and also like the characters around them, right? Like the friend group kind of having their own discussion about the situation. Subaru, who's like having her own processing of this, right? And like that everything's moving in a direction, at least like together. It's not like it's like something happens with the characters and like they have a fake firework confession and then nothing changes, right? And that's why I think this is like really good so far. Also, it's just cute, and this is like right up my alley. So of course I'm gonna like this shit. Great show, Austin. Good job. Good choice. What do you think about it, Austin? You read the manga. Speak.
Manga's good. Fuck you. It's a like as someone who's read the manga, like I didn't expect it to go at this pace, but I'm not like it's going like slower than I would have like expected. But I'm not like necessarily disappointed in that because I think that it like the way that they've like framed and like storyboarded each episode, structured each episode like works really well with that pacing. So I've been like very happy with this adaptation. Cloverworks does
Clover's animation.
Very good job on shows that aren't One Direct Priority or Promise Neverland Season 2.
They're doing that same shit they did with Horimiya with the colors and like the silhouettes and stuff a little bit, and I'm just like, God, that effect is so good every time. Oh.
I know I'm in, like, I have it in a lower spot than everyone else.
You have it a perfectly fine spot, though. No, he has it. He has it in a very reasonable location.
Yeah, no.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I like everything above it more. That's it.
Real.
Like, the show is really good.
Good answer.
It's really good. I really like it. We're kind of at the point right now, like, my, like, 8 to 3, or, like, 2, honestly, are all kind of just mixed up. It's just wherever I decide. And also, I watched all of these shows in the past 24 hours, so...
Yep.
I'm with you where, like, it's like that big pack this season where it's like, we're still, like, we all have, like, that one show for us that is, like, the number 1 or, like, number 2s right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, a lot of our shows, like, for us, like, almost, like, 1 through 9, well, you know, for 1 through 8 for some of us, are kind of all just kind of, like, a shuffle grab bag of, like, I really like this one. Well, I really like this one. I really like this one. That's my 1 and 2. And then it's like, the rest can kind of go where they are right now.
And
which is going to make the next couple weeks very hard and very interesting to see how kind of, like, the wheel spins that happen, basically.
Part of the problem is everything's so different. Like, we have, where we have overlap, it's, like, very broad genre overlap. But, like, the shows are doing very different things in that genre. Like, I am hard-pressed to find 2 of our shows that are of the same vein at this point in time now. We kind of already sliced that out when we got rid of Solo Camping for 2. Like, you got rid of your nice, wholesome, slow, just do a thing show that we had kind of 2 of. It's still a different.
I mean, I guess it's
one's
similar
more
enough
structural.
with you in the rain, but
that, but that's the closest you can get to having a parallel, right?
That wasn't
like,
even in my brain the one that connected first to it, which shows because my brain went romance, the romance one, but I was like, they're not even. That's comparing an apple and a.
Yeah.
I remember what the bit was. Someone said.
We got fantasy, but the fantasies are all very different fantasies this season. And, like, tonally, everything's all over the place, so it's really hard to know, like, where things match up. I will say that I think right now, where we stand, this is probably the all-around best show, in my mind. Like, the characters are strong, the themes and the presentation, all of it fucking kills. It's just... it's, like, we're at the early stages, so, like, the traditional romance is, like, you could be a really good traditional romance, and you're not my core genre still, so there are other things that I'm, like, super in on more. But again, like, I had this number 1 last week. It's only not number 1 because I fucking, we'll talk about it, my number 1 I adore this week. Did I drop it to 2 or 3?
I'm with you, it's my number 2, so I get it.
There was also an argument to drop it to 3. There was a very strong argument to drop it to 3 because Leviathan is. We'll talk about it too. For me, like that. Show. For me, my top 3 right now is very interchangeable. And Summer Hikaru Died makes it. We'll talk about it. That show is an enigma. That show is an enigma. Michael, do you have anything you want to say?
I think not much to really add at this point. Karuhana or Fragrant Flower, whatever you want to call it. Very, very, very good. These 2 are adorable, and I love them. And I do really like the stuff we get. I think Subaru is the girl's name, the green-haired one. I love the stuff we get with her. And I love the... Yeah, I know. You're absolutely not a bad person, and if Wagiri's saying an attitude, I know that for sure. And it's not even like a me problem, it's... If the teachers see you, she is fucked.
Okay, but it is also a her problem. It is still also a her problem. She also still can't get over the fact that her girl's got a boy.
She's like, it was me! Why isn't it me?
I'm very interested. on the fact that Subaru is dressed as a boy in the younger flashbacks. I'm interested in what direction they're gonna take that when we flush that out more, because I don't know if the intention for it is going to be like that is how her parents dress her, if we're doing it that storyline, or if we're doing the she was mistaken as a boy.
She was perceived as a boy.
Exactly.
How she acted as a kid. Therefore, people judged her.
Which way are we going to take that? Is it not going to matter at all? We'll find out. You never know. Hey, Michael. Clankers.
Clankers. Darwinists. Pete. Yeah. So Leviathan. Episode 4 mainly focuses on getting the Leviathan back off the ground. The big issue being people are going to be coming soon, the Germans or whatever, and we don't got enough helium yet, or hydrogen. I think hydrogen, the other H one. So we gotta. Well, first thing they're like, well, I guess we can use the engine to the Stormwalker. That at the beginning of the episode realized it's fucked. It is dead. Rest in spaghetti, Stormwalker.
Parts are good, but good luck.
A glorious king. They're like, yeah, I guess we can like put the engines on the Leviathan, and the people who have the Leviathan go, that's like heresy. This is a biological machine, not like a mechanical one. And they're like, but hear me out. My guy over here, he's the goat, so he's gonna like make it work anyway. They get the engines on. He does all the math about it. Then they're taking all the other stuff off because it's still gonna not be quite enough to get it up. And they start taking other things, and they go, so it should be working. Why is it not working? And then they rerun the calculations, and they go, there's still a ton we need to get off, like exactly 1 ton of weight. And you go, that's crazy. How are they off by an entire ton? And then our boy Alec realizes, we got like a bit like the night before. We see Dylan's like watching. It happens to see.
Vulgar.
Vulgar. Yeah, Vulgar. Walking around outside, and she goes, that's weird. Anyway, because she makes like a comment to Dylan, like to him, Alec, and she's like, yeah, make sure he doesn't just like walk around outside. It gets kind of cold out there and stuff. And he's like, he was fucking what? He then goes and confronts Vulgar about it, and Vulgar goes, yeah, so they kept all the gold, and he goes, you're a fucking moron, Vulgar. That gold is going to cause because they go, yeah, we need a ton off, and they go, okay. Then like 10 of the at least 10 of the soldiers go, yep, I guess I just won't go with you guys,
including Dylan.
And it's like, damn, W. Yeah. And then Alec makes this connection, and goes, hey, Vulgar, stop. And then him and Dylan, because Dylan happens to catch this conversation happening, because though Vulgar every 14 seconds has to go, hide the fact that you're royalty, calls him Your Majesty every 3 seconds. He doesn't hide it all. He is the worst at hiding it. It's insane. Yeah, so Dylan now knows. And then Dylan and Alec take the gold off, so they can get all the people back on. And it's like, wow, look at this. We're now getting into the air. And I want to say that's the majority of episode 4. I remember 4 ends off with the announcement about the war stuff, or if that started episode 5, whatever.
It started episode 5.
Yeah.
So they're on their way already by the end of episode 4 to.
Yeah, they're going
Constantinople.
Sorry, I have to sing the song to remember which one I'm properly
Istanbul
in at
was
the time.
Constantinople.
Yeah.
Been a long time gone, Constantinople.
Yeah, I have to really run through that in my head.
Essentially, then they get called up. They go, hey, Britain has now officially declared war against Austria-Hungary. And it goes, well, that's a problem, because now we're prisoners. And so Captain Sutton goes, yes, you are. And that's a problem, because like you guys are kind of the homies, but also prisoners of war. Because I haven't directly connected who Alec is yet, because that still isn't like common knowledge, I believe.
The only people who know are the Austria-Hungary. Yeah, it's the people from there and Dylan.
Which Dylan
and
does
probably the doctor, because the doctor's the most perceptive person ever, but we're not going to never confirm that one.
Dylan does fuck with Alec here, because they're sparring. Which again, they're in the fucking open. I can't believe they have this conversation.
They're also doing this on top of the Leviathan.
Yes, but Alec goes, so did you, like, tell anybody? And Dylan's like, well, yeah, I had to report it to my superior commander. And Alec goes, well, shit. Dylan goes, nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Nah, I'm just kidding. These two are wonderful. I adore these two.
You're so good.
Or
but essentially now
before the war announcement, they do the evasive maneuver.
We do have a thing where they go, we're flying over an ocean, shit, boats. We gotta go fight those boats, and they go start fighting the boats. And then one of them pulls out the fucking Tesla cannon, and he goes, "That's a fucking Tesla cannon." And they go, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's a Tesla cannon." He goes, "We have to dodge it." He goes, "Sorry, the captain said I can't just do that." And he goes, "Fuck you," breaks the engine, causing the Leviathan to immediately take a sharp turn. And he goes, "Damn, that was a Tesla cannon." And then he goes back, and then the captain's like, "Clough, how did you know about that?" He goes, "Because I was friends with a guy who was doing this stuff. He knows a guy named like Nikola Tesla or whatever."
Of course, he built it.
And then we throw shade at Nikola Tesla.
well, no, we don't throw shade at him. We say, like, the woman just comes out and just goes, like, that fucking idiot, bro. Why? I keep telling him to just, like, align with one side or the other. Like,
he goes, nah. But yeah, this episode then caps off with they're prisoners, and upon landing in the Ottoman Empire, they would have been turned over, realized who Alec was most likely. So Alec, Vulgar, and Clough, they need to kind of all get out of here. So they have a little escape plan. And as this is happening, because Alec and Dylan are on duty to watch these eggs, the egg hatch. La criatura, one could say. Did you use the image of the creature?
No,
or did you
use the handshake?
Okay. Yeah. Right before he leaves, we have a really good emotional moment between Alec and Dylan. Where Alec's like, "Yeah, I've never really had friends," because he was kind of just like always stuck up in like the castle or whatever he fucking lived in. And Dylan hits with that, "I'm your first friend." He goes, "Is that a problem?" That's like W's two are adorable.
It's so nice. There's no more secrets between us, Dylan. Dylan looks in mirror. Yeah.
Then we get the thing that this screenshot is from, which is the Alec going, "Hey, when this is all over, we could be friends. Wars don't last forever, right?" It's a fucking
me when the Second World
scene.
Wars.
But yeah, anyway, the creature. So now they're making their escape. And actually, like 3 seconds after they get off the Leviathan, they are caught that they have gotten off the Leviathan. This plane did not work very well. Because Vulgar's like, "Okay, we got to dodge the spotlight." As he says that, you hear their alarms go off that they're not on the Leviathan anymore. So they start running. And essentially they go, and Vulgar makes the call. He goes, "We're not all three gonna make this. One of us needs to be a decoy here." So he goes off and is the decoy. We don't see it, but we very much hear Vulgar is not alive. He
could just be shot.
He could have just gotten shot 15 times and been fine.
Well, it was just one shot.
At least an Alec here. He only hears the one, and then they run away.
True, but
yeah,
gunfire does carry.
I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll kill him. They need to know where the other two are going.
Yeah, but yeah, Vulgar gets caught. And so now Alec, Clough, and the creature are now off to go do some stuff.
Crazy thing, intro opening changes in episode 5 to give you new images for this arc. It shows a fucking sea kraken in this, so fucking Godzilla's in this opening. What the fuck?
I skipped it, so I did not see that.
It's insane.
See, these openings are only like 15
they're
seconds,
not
so like
long.
they're like on the shorter side.
It's just
Fair.
cool. It's just cool to have the art. It also
I was also
shows the
trying to
Tesla
get
cannon.
through everything.
Right.
That's fair.
And the particle. So now we have like giant beasts, AT-ATs from Star Wars, and now fucking particle accelerator cannons, or
just
rail guns. My
just a-
bad. I
it's
think they
just
call
a
it a rail gun.
It's a
Literally.
weather summoner.
This is just
It's like I think it was like a lightning gun or something like that.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think they
lightning
call it a rail gun.
accelerator. It's a lightning accelerator, I
Yeah,
believe.
but
It's like a lightning generator, but like,
God,
yeah.
this show's
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
This
It
is
Yeah,
all
rolls.
it's
fucking
sick.
like historical fantasy. It just fucking This Sean's just eating this shit up. I can already tell.
I am
but-
not like a big World War One guy, but I do think like, dude, Biopunk might be my new favorite thing.
it might be like
I
top
love it.
10.
It's sick. It's just cool.
And like to top it all off, they just fucking every single time you're like having a serious moment, you just get hit with like a "you won't, mate," and you're just like
Fucking spiders!
"Ah,
Barking
Fuck.
spiders.
fucking spiders! They shot a particle accelerator at us." A what?
I do
It's just
really
like,
like it.
fucking
It's gonna
love it.
fire thunder at us. Why do you know that? I've seen it. What do you
Who
mean you've
cares?
seen it? We need
We're
to
going to die.
die.
Fuck this.
I love that when they're doing the escape, that guy is the one that's tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like,
'Cause fuck
you
that
think they
guy.
would have like had a better plan to give him more time? Because like, obviously, they're gonna like do rounds and like
Yeah.
check, right? But like, they clearly didn't like time this shit out very well.
No.
So like,
No.
the escape plan, because you think they would be
No.
watching the guards round, like give it a day,
Well-
see how they round, and then I know they don't have much time.
I thought they were gonna like slide to the watchtower, but they just climbed down a rope off the Leviathan onto the ground, and I'm like, yeah, that works
and then
too.
they're
I
just playing
guess.
a stealth mini game from like Toy Story, where it's like you're trying not to get caught by the light beam, so you lose the stealth mission. Update: they got caught by the light beam, and lost the stealth mission.
Yeah, they
Like,
they get caught from the alarm, but they also still would have got caught by the spotlight because the other two, because Volgar and Glop are not fast enough.
I was like, we'll go one at a time. Oh fuck, everybody go. But like also like you think like they would kind of identify that like clearly like the boy is like the prized one. In this, like,
Yeah.
I feel like they would have orders to like kind of identify like, okay, these two are protecting this boy for some reason, right? And they're very loyal
Yeah.
to him for some reason, and clearly like there's a level of like hierarchy and respect here. Maybe we don't just stop searching for the old guy. Maybe we look for the other two that are probably really nearby. Because they're all going to the same place. You think they would scan the perimeter a little bit there, you know, right away? Be like, oh, they're running towards the fence. Let's check the fence he's running towards.
I think the priority is
It's
just
they
to
go,
get.
He's on one! Get him!
I think the priority is just to get one of them, right? If you get one of them, you'll eventually be able to track the other two. Is probably the like
Or
it is.
extract the information.
It's a much better report to go, hey, we lost two of them, than going, we lost all of them.
Or they'll be like, hey, let's talk to our buddies in that mystical land of Canada. They're really good at committing these things called, in the future, they'll be called war crimes. They're gonna have a whole convention about it, but like right now we're in World War I, we don't have that shit yet. So you think there's like gonna be like a Geneva Convention at the end of the series where it's like they talk
Maybe.
about the war crimes of like humanity and like experimenting on animals like this and like particle accelerator cannons. This show's just sick. It's really good. But I agree with Sean. Like this is like one of like the coolest like genre shifts I've ever seen.
Like just like how much I guess it's like kind of similar to like the reasons why I like Saga of Tanya the Evil. Like they took like a relative like a historical event and like just completely rewire the war
While
the way
following
around
the
it.
events of the war.
Yeah, it's so sick. I mean, they sort of did that with Azure Lane, but Azure Lane sucked dick. So
Yeah.
But it did have waifus.
Look, it helps that this is
True.
like, that this story structure is a traditional, like, young adult, like, maybe arguably teen, like, novel, so like you have
it
dynamics
definitely
that
feels
are
like
just
it
good.
came from a novel source.
Yeah, you can
This isn't
tell.
something I would hear on the
Like-
TV while I'm like in a patient's room.
For what it's
It's
worth,
like a war.
we can critique it, but like the idea of like calling someone your highness in private feels a lot better on a book than it does on a show. or a movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, you feel and see the environment all the time, whereas in a book, you're reading the word Your Highness. It feels more one-on-one, more personal. Like, you're like, yeah, he can get away with calling him that. No one's fucking around. And the show, you're like, dude, they are walking by you 24/7.
He called him a hiney!
Also, I forgot about one of my favorite things. I don't know if this happens in the subs. In episode 5, I think it is. Maybe it's in part of 4. Alex starts calling them beasties, and
Yeah.
my heart. Oh my goodness, adorable. I love him.
That's great.
We got him.
Just these two main characters are just wonderful.
And
They're
nothing
both great.
and nothing bad will happen between them or their relationship or their dynamic
definitely
in
not.
this
Did we also
teen
mention that she
or
shared that she's
novel.
like an orphan now?
Yeah.
Like her dad like died when she was young, and or her mom died when she was young, and now her dad like died recently, and so like that's why she's like trying to join the military and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's got nowhere to go back home to, so she's got to join the war fight. And she somehow stumbled onto Leviathan by just attaching to the wrong hot air balloon, basically.
So
Craziest
Right.
5 hours of anyone's life ever, and the other character is being hunted by Germany.
Yeah.
Which actually might be crazier.
Just a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, ready to move on, guys?
If we're ready, then.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Mindfuck. We're here. Welcome to the fuck. We're here. Summer Hikaru died. So episode 4 focuses on Summer Festival. They're going out. They're taking Yoshiki's sister to the Summer Festival. We get a little bit of insight into their family, and everyone thinks they're fucking weird, and they probably are. His sister has a lot of quirks, and she does not go to school. But they're taking her to the festival because she deserves to have a good time. While they are at the festival, Mr. Inspector Man is talking to the locals, and they have finally given up and are letting him investigate things thoroughly, and he's kind of running through a lot of the folklore of the area. And while they're just kind of sitting there and the festival's going on, there's a disturbance in the forest. Hikaru has touched a barrier, and that is no good! Not good at all. And so he freaks the fuck out and runs to the barrier to figure out what's going on, and Hikaru's kind of just pieced the fuck out. He's like, I'll meet you guys later. I don't think I should go to the shrine. And then him and Yoshiki have a nice conversation down at the riverside, where we find out Yoshiki is fucked up because he went out to look for Hikaru when he went missing in the mountain, and found Hikaru's dead body just in the mountain. Just found it there. And that certainly fucked with him a lot. And so, and then his friend's just back again afterwards. His friend's just alive. And so he's like talking to Hikaru. He's like, yeah, that's how I knew you weren't really him, is because he was very dead when I found him. And then he just kind of cries next to Hikaru. And then Hikaru's like, well, sorry. And they just chill there. And we find out that the investigator, as he goes and checks on the barrier, he was disturbed by the presence because he uses parts of his body to make these barriers. What the fuck is he doing? What is going on? At some point in between episode 4 and 5, I don't remember the timeline for it, they're chilling home ec, and Hikaru just kind of pulls Yoshiki to the side and goes, "You want to touch me again?" And Yoshiki goes, "Yeah, sure." Also in that flashback stuff, we get insight that we see Yoshiki and the original Hikaru talking about like people in the village, and they mentioned that one of the local families is like getting judged heavily because their son came out as gay, or as Hikaru says, one of those LGBTs, which is certainly a subtitle. Rural Japan. And Yoshiki seems very bothered by that people are judging the person for having come out as gay. I wonder why. Who could know why he might be personally perturbed by this? And so he enters inside of Hikaru in present day time as he just puts his whole hand in there.
Oh, chicken.
And then Hikaru attempts to mindfuck him. Quite literally. And then Yoshiki goes, "Hey man, what was that about?" And Hikaru goes, "You know, you feel me, I feel you." And then we move on from this like it never happened.
Turns out, when the mountain demon tries to touch you, he takes you to the breakcore dimension.
Well,
when the mountain demon offers for you to touch him, he's going to touch you back.
And so episode 5 is focused around Yoshiki's younger sister being in the bathroom, and there's a hair demon inside the bathroom, and it scares the shit out of her, rightfully so. And so she's refusing to take baths. And so Yoshiki explains this to Hikaru, and Hikaru goes, "Oh, you got a fucking demon in your house? I got you. My job." And so he comes, hangs out at Yoshiki's place, and he goes, "Okay, you stand outside the shower. I'm gonna go in there. Don't fuck with anything." And it takes a while, so Yoshiki fucks with things. So he comes inside to check out Hikaru, and gets fucking pulled into the tub and yeeted into the brain pillar dimension. Where we see him just struggle with all of the emotional turmoil he's going through, and tear at Hikaru's physical body. And then Hikaru eventually manages to get the hair demon out of Yoshiki, and it gets to escape. And Hikaru's like, "My bad, I shouldn't let those live. I'll get it next time. But your family's safe now." And I think we're doing some... and then the investigator has put his hamster on the case to find Hikaru. Because now he believes that this creature is hiding somewhere within the village for sure, disguised. There is more in these 2 episodes, but... fuck, man.
A lot happens.
This show's a trip.
Yeah. Look, I fucking love this show. It's like everything that I like in like horror stuff, because it's not objectively like scary most of the time. It's just unnerving as hell.
It's atmospheric horror and
and body horror. So I vehemently hate this, and I've talked about this. I respect how good this show is, right? Yeah. But like, I can't stand the idea. But you might be like, "Well, John, you rated it very, very highly on your list, and why would you do that? Despite your disdain for this thing." And the answer is, I'm bringing in the righty on this one. Amber, you want to talk about this show for a bit for me? Because I can't watch this shit. So I'm tapping out for this one. It's on you guys.
I've been making.
Unironically, I've had Amber watch the show because it makes me too uncomfortable to watch. So she could talk about it and rate it for me because I don't feel, because she also loves this shit. Because it's up her alley.
It's really good.
And so,
it's really fucking good.
And so yeah, I'm tapping out on this one. So you guys, honey, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. He just.
John.
Yeah.
I've been making him a Google Doc of like, here's at least a basic synopsis of each episode and like my theories and like questions and ratings.
Not by slipping, stupid.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I didn't hear if you guys talked about that, but you get like the little bit at the end of, I think it was episode 4 or 5, yeah, where we like flashback to like what actually happened on the mountain, and he saw the titty tree and slipped and died. Like that was literally what happened, and I was like, that's fantastic.
It's really funny.
I was like, that's a little disappointing. I'm like, oh man, maybe he got attacked by like a monster in the forest or something. He's like, no, he was just a teenage boy and died because of it. I was like, that's almost more endearing for this character that's not actually this character anymore.
And then you gotta wonder why the Yoshiki didn't see the titty tree and slip it. Oh wait. Oh wait.
Oh no, there's like half of my notes to John is like, these guys are so gay. Like
so gay.
So fun. No, but it can't be yaoi. With the tone this dark, it can't be yaoi, guys. It's impossible.
The fact that there are people on the internet that refuse to call this yaoi or BL or BL because of the genre it is mixed with is insane. I don't know how they cope.
Oh no, this is absolutely BL.
I just need to say, by the way, I suggested this show to my girlfriend today because I was like, no, babe, I need you to watch this show because it's horror and like so gay, like so much BL. It's like towing the line between just BL and straight yaoi. And she's like, I'm in, I need it.
I suggested it to my sister with the exact same like premise. I was like, "Hey, I think you'd love this because it's spooky, but they're so gay."
It's also it does its tone so well.
It's wild.
It does it too well, if you ask me.
It's the fact that it swaps between being a rural Japan slice of life to a rural Japan horror on the fucking dime. It's crazy how well it does
it never feels like out of place to do the swaps, because even like the slice of life, you're still always on edge. You're like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen? Because you see like the thing with the two of them walk up to the train track. You're like, oh, they were having a good time. Why are we at a train track? Dear God.
Yeah.
And don't walk across that train track.
New scene, flipping the coin. Is a slice of life versus horror right now? Let's get it.
Yeah.
Can you
it's both.
Can you do me a favor and not take the train track way home today? Oh yeah, sure. I trust you.
Your intuition's
you're
usually
usually right. Implying that so many fucked up shit happens here. We also do see
more about her.
Yeah, we also do see the old woman who was talking to Yoshiki go to that same train track and presumably exorcise what's ever there.
The demon is there causing the
there's a lot of shit going on in this show.
With her, it's just like random house mom is supernaturally inclined. Like, what is up with
her?
Accidentally lost her son to the old gods and now can't not see them.
Yeah.
Look, I'm having so much fun as well, just doing the like spot the yokai thing we're doing. It's super fun of just like, hey, here's this bit of Japanese scary folklore. Have fun with it.
It's real. So an interesting thing is, do we think Hikaru is the thing in the mountain, or do we think he's something different?
Right.
Like,
see, it's like so weird because they're like, hey, there was a spooky thing in the mountain for 300 years, and now it's gone, and now Hikaru's here. So you're just kind of like, wow, that's really, really fishy. Like,
but the same, there's so much other shit going on that it's like maybe he's just another thing.
But it's also the fact that he is going out of the way to kill other ones.
Yeah.
Or absorb them, whatever he does, or
it makes you wonder how much of the folklore is like a collection of other things getting merged to it, and like maybe he is just a deity, but then he's also fucking with Yoshiki's brain. So what do I know?
He's also just a pile of goo. So
space goo.
I was gonna say, shout out to Yoshiki for finding his friend's dead body and then saying nothing about it.
Right?
So,
right?
I do really like how they do that bit as well. Of he just blacks out
finds
and
his way
suddenly
home.
is home.
I'm so traumatized by it.
Yeah. We get a really nice look into the motives of the original Hikaru and the new Hikaru, where like the thing that merges them is Hikaru's desire to not leave Yoshiki alone. And so like that is probably the main objective of the new Hikaru as well, because that's the reason he exists, is he was allowed to go do this. So that's why he's so obsessed and protective of him. God.
It's good. It has me sitting there like watching it like this, like the entire time, just like.
I appreciate that it's decided to stop flashbanging us with flashing lights. That's much appreciated.
Oh my goodness!
I don't remember if it was this show. I remember I was originally started watching these shows like just like in the dark. It's like my dad is like a like proper like in home, not quite it's like big TV soundbar, and I was watching it. And one of the it may have been this show.
No, because we watched this together.
Oh, don't remember. I got like 12 minutes into an episode, and I went, "Fuck you, show! Turning on the lights now. Fuck you." But absolutely, what happened with this show? If I watched it, I don't remember what show it was. Though.
I mean, it could be Clevatess. How well do you do with deep sea monsters?
Kamitsubaki might have done it as well.
In my head,
it definitely wasn't Kamitsubaki.
In a really weird way,
it was probably Lord of Mysteries.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I was gonna say the only other thing I could say is, and we'll talk about it when we get there, the fireworks episode of With You in the Rain certainly has a weird tone to it at times, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Austin. It's Clevatess time. Clevatess.
Yeah, so where we left off,
I'm back.
I forgot
Oh, hold on, we got tag team.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I forgot the image base gave me.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tag in my fiance for this. Oh, wait a second. So where we left off, Alicia is in a barrel, falling to the bottom of the lake, just basically drowning but not drowning as she's trying to get this legendary sword. Yeah.
God.
Clen is just bewildered at the idea of magic and kind of and then starts berating Alicia through his ichor. It's like, why didn't you tell me about this? And he's like, bro, I'm stupid when it comes to magic. I don't fucking know what this shit is. So it focuses on Alicia for a little bit, where she gets the sword and basically just uses its fucking sword magic and shit to get out.
You swing and you move in the direction that you swing.
Yeah, and get out of the water. And then they're like, holy shit, you got, and all the bandits that were trying to kill her were like, holy shit, you got the sword. What the fuck is that? Because at the bottom of the lake, there's this giant ancient, like, kraken beast that's just like really hungry and kills everybody but Alicia, and Alicia gets out. Yippee.
They go, please save us, and she goes, no.
She literally goes to the end. She's like, well, I was told to kill the bandits, and they are dead. I didn't do it, but they are dead. So I mean, I guess I did my job, Clevatess. You're welcome.
And then Clen is dealing with what was it? The evil guy. I can't remember his name.
Account or whatever.
And he says, and basically the evil guy notices Luna, and Luna Brocco, is that his name? Brocco. Brocode.
Mr. Slave Trader man with magic.
Yeah, he recognizes Luna as like very likely a member of the Heidnen royal family, so it's like, I'm going to take this baby, because kidnapping babies is not something I'm below.
She also ignites his lantern, which implies that she has magic potential.
Yeah.
He uses her as like a matchstick at points here too.
And and then Alicia shows up because she's finished with his business, and Clen's like, you're late. And she's like, I got here as fast as I can. What the fuck? And the evil guy's just like, what? And they try to broker a deal where she's like, I will give you this like super powerful special sword if you give me the baby. And she throws it into the wall, and she's like, well, you're gonna have to use two hands to pull it out, so you can't hold the baby, so we will take the baby. And then he's like, this baby's worth more than one sword. Tell me where all of the other swords of your dead friends are, or I'll cut off this baby's fingers.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, great guy. And then he's like, you know what? Nah, fuck this. I'm gonna turn invisible and taunt you as I'm walking away, because you don't know where I am. And she's like, and then she just cuts him in half. Says, I can hear you, dumbass. It's not that hard.
More importantly, she can hear Luna crying.
Yeah. And then Alicia basically like temporarily sacrifices herself so that Nell can be revived using the Dark Acre, and then Alicia gets re-revived with the Dark Acre, and that's where the episode ends. And then as they're preparing to leave, this guy who looks like a hawk,
weird,
just attacks them.
Who knows why?
Just beats the shit out of him. Beats the shit out of Clen, and then like starts getting in a fight with Alicia, and then Clen's like, bro, stop, let's just parlay this out. Hold on. There's a little bit of a misunderstanding. And we find out that this guy, whose name is Gart, is a servant of a different
dark beast,
giant monster beast, giant dark beast. And he's just trying to find the guy that's doing magic so he can kill him. So problem solved. He's already dead. And basically they just Clem just tries to hide the fact that he is in fact Clevatess, and he's just pretending to be like masquerading as one of Clevatess's servants. just like Gardas, and says, "Yeah, we took care of that. I thought he did. I thought your master doesn't deal with humans. He just kind of watches them and gets annoyed with them."
Well, I think it was like specifically like
yeah,
that specific like tribe like worships the beast
Yeah.
of the mountains, and they guard the forest, so like no other humans can go that way basically, and so they really give like stuff. But then go ahead.
Yeah, and then like the beast in the west, his master, Zathir.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Found out that like some like other beast like kin are like getting basically just disappearing and getting kidnapped. And they're like, well, it's the humanoids' fault. Time to kill them all.
There's like young beast and like human beings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and basically they're like, wait, this is all connecting because the crows that we just kind of slaughtered were also stealing young beasts and children and stuff. So
them off to like people who were coming, mysterious people who were coming to town to buy children that were being born from like the slaves, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. And then we cut to like a general who's trying to get into the destroy like ruin Heiden capital, and then he gets intel that the Heiden baby, who's definitely for sure Heiden royal blood, was taken away by a kid with black hair. So now they're gonna go hunt him down.
My question: how the fuck do they know this? Because like that city was burned to the ground, and like they just kind of scooped in and took the baby and then went back to his lair. Like who saw this exchange?
We don't know what that wizard can do.
Yeah, but like he reported this after he like got.
There's also
He
like
said he heard it from someone else.
We-
so that's
there's
why.
also-
That's why he sent the wizard.
Speak
'cause the
with
wizard
Dead
killed everyone
is a
behind the
D&D
gate.
I was gonna say, we don't know what that wizard can do.
Like,
Speak
I
with
don't know.
Dead is D&D.
There's also the point that
But
like
even then,
It also
it
sounds
wasn't
like
given
there
to
are.
Clan. It was given to Clevatess.
It also he
Yeah.
was still true. Weird.
He was in
Um,
beast form at that point. He wasn't looking like a human.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Well,
until much
don't
later.
okay. Don't forget, he took the form of the person who was carrying the baby at one point in time. So
Supposedly.
and it is possible that the people he gets the information from are the messengers trying to get to the city from the other army, who might have seen them on the road. There's a lot of things we don't know about this circumstance yet. I don't want to harp on this part too much.
It's just very weird. But
and
yeah,
there's also the point that like there's definitely like information being traded with the crows, like, and like that guy seems like, you know, shady enough that he could probably put two and two together.
Also important to note, this general killed Alicia's father.
Yes.
And let her live for
The
some
opening
reason.
actually happened.
Yeah. Also during her fight with Gart, she enters fucking demon blood state mode and fucking loses it.
She turns into fucking Zenitsu.
This is so rad. Glenn comes up and stops the blood moving in her body so she doesn't finish the swing, and he goes,
His
"Hey,
force stops her.
hey, stop! Hey, stop! Why aren't you stop?" And she goes, "Sorry, all of my intent is focused on killing. This is how the technique works."
And he's like, well, yeah, well, you would have just fucking died because the Birdman was about to kick her like shins out, basically.
I adore the characterization we get of her, which is, I swing a sword, I don't touch fucking magic, I have no talent for it, I don't need it, fuck magic, sword.
Which
I use
also, thing about that, I am certain she has magic because of the fact that her dad specifically in the flashback is like, look, no one else can bring out the potential of a sword better than you. And then 10 minutes later, she's like, yeah, this petricite that is exclusively used for magic and also these swords.
Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
Look, when a fighter picks up a magic sword, they don't go, cool, a magical item, let me learn about the spells. They go, cool, a sword, it hits harder.
And like, since she used like one of these magic swords, she probably just got the fucking sales pitch from somebody about it.
I think
So.
it could be
I
because
think-
like I'm not attuned to magic, but magic is attuned to me, right? Or it's like if magic's imbued with an object, that's different than like me using magic to create things.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yes,
Nell
we'll
is
see.
stitched back together using the flesh of the troll. Glow up. Let's go. I think this is so.
Her teeth are back.
There are gonna be some people who exist who watch this and go, I think it's bad that you turn her into an attractive-looking woman. My take on this is, I think she's been through enough that it's fine. I think it's totally okay to get restored to a body and function.
I think it's fine. Where did they find short shorts and a sweatshirt with pom poms?
Don't worry about it.
Like,
Well, I mean, they did have the entire town raid that got murdered, so
Yeah.
again, but where did they find a sweatshirt with pom poms in medieval feudal
Clevatess
times?
is a really great
In a-
seamstress.
in a
Lisa.
mount-
They didn't
in-
show it because they thought it was inferred, but like
in-
Clevatess has like all those cloth. He's got really good needles and stuff.
In what
so.
does not seem to be a cold climate either. I do think it's really funny.
No.
Look, the fit's cool.
Also, she's just suddenly like strong enough to carry all this
Well,
stuff. by
yeah,
the
because
way.
she
Oh,
she
she
used
got
the
troll-
she
got
used the troll.
troll
Yeah.
One
cards.
now.
Guess cheating.
Yep, correct.
He's like,
What,
She is
what,
Clevatess
what,
not.
what in the show has told you that anything is fair?
no, you're right. He just drew some extra muscle mass in there, tied some collagen fibers to the bones. Like, that's good enough. And I'll buff out those scratches, Cap. We got a new milkmaid. We're good.
I
Yeah,
enjoy the show a lot. It's fine. It
Yes,
hasn't done
fine.
anything
That's
to
about it.
like raise the bar above a lot of other stuff, and like it's. Look, if you're gonna hold me at gunpoint and keep making me vote things off every week, which is what this podcast does, but it has to figure out something.
Yeah, like episode 4 was like good because it resolved like, the points that were like building up in episodes 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. And episode 5 is like, oh, it's back, we're back to like
Building an arc.
building an arc, and set up in more world building.
She's
She's
like
like,
hunted down by mages that she hates.
it's like cool introducing the conflicts, fantastic, whatever. It's an okay episode. There's nothing special about it.
Yeah, but-
Super
So,
fucked
yeah.
up reveal we get is that the other woman was just killing Nell's children. They weren't stillborns,
Yeah.
which
She
She was
might
causing
be worse.
stillborns so that way Nell
Yeah.
wouldn't have her babies taken away because it would crush her even more than she already has been.
To which
Poor
I
girl.
actually really like Clem's line in response to this, which is, was Nell's mother made it work? Seems like you weren't trying hard enough. Which, you know
They-
what?
They hid Nell long enough that she became an adult and was allowed to become a slave adult here. So
Yeah. It's fucked up to say to them, like, her situation, I mean, Clem like, does kind of say, like, I get your situation sucks, but, like, you also aren't justified in anything you've done.
But also, humans suck, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
you. And then I feel like this entire show is just gonna be like Clem being like, yeah, these people suck, those people suck, all the humans suck. Bye, fan. And just like being like, wow, humanity sucks. I really should wipe it out.
Yeah, it's just gonna the show's just at least the manga, because I don't think the show's gonna get to that point, and it's definitely not gonna get to that point on this podcast. It's just gonna end with Clevatess and Zephyr just like joining forces to kill all of humanity. It'll be
Puppies.
Michael, you want to talk anything about Clevatess quick?
Chin's in the train home with JD.
oh fuck off.
Close. I don't know. The stuff gets neat. I don't know. This show's such an awkward one to talk about because, like, I enjoy what we have, but like, I both want more. I don't know if I care enough to get more.
I mean, you said
Like,
to
I like
me,
our group of 3.
yeah, you said to me that this show also
half.
feels like it's in for the long haul more than the rest of our shows.
Yeah. Well, because my thing with that is, we had an extra long first episode. And we are at episode 5, and we have only now essentially secured what is our starting party, because we finally now have Nell. And I imagined this group is just going to keep growing. So, like, or it won't. Or everyone dies and Glenn goes on alone. And the thing, I think one of the big things to come out of episode 5 for me, I think why I probably popped this at 9 instead of something else was they have this like big thing. It's like, oh, if we're gonna revive Nell, I'm gonna have to take my Icar out of you, and I'm like, oh, she's fucking dead. Like now, the stuff's gonna be moved to Nell, and then he just goes with Nell.
I was worried about that too.
No, she was just dead for like 20 minutes. Whoop-de-fucking do. I don't know.
I guess
she drowned for 40 minutes earlier.
You're right. He does make it sound like a bigger deal that he's doing this.
It sounds like it's going to be like an actual big deal. I mean, I guess it is. She is dead for a period of time, but like it feels like it's going to be a much bigger thing. Basically, he talks about he seemingly doesn't have a very large supply of the Starkicker, which is also weird because he is him.
Yeah, but he's out of his favorite train.
He's also hiding as Clen, which like probably takes some power and stuff.
I mean, yeah. The other thing is that like Alicia is like has been carrying the show for five episodes.
Yeah, Luna's awesome.
Luna's great. She's a baby,
great.
but she's great.
Nell is also great. I adore Nell.
Yeah, like
Or Nell, I realize she's now
like,
being called.
Nell's story is like, God, it was fucked up, but like Alicia's like personality has done wonders for my enjoyment of this show.
Yeah.
I love
The fucking we ball mentality that she has with actually
So
everything at this
fun.
point. She goes,
so ready.
I'm immortal. I'm gonna fucking test that dives off a cliff.
Yeah.
I'm immortal. I'm gonna test drowning now, bitch.
Enters office to find sword, finds leather armor that she is suspicious of what has been done to it, goes, what does it matter?
It's leather armor.
It's leather
whatever.
armor.
Right.
Which she puts on in a suspiciously slow way, where it zooms in on certain areas. Thanks, show.
I mean, to be fair, it really only covers that.
At least it
It's
doesn't
not-
overstay. At least it doesn't overstay.
Armor
but-
doesn't cover much.
What'd you get to show? The
I'm
arm
just-
straps?
I'm just ready for Luna to go full Incredibles, baby, where it's just like bouncing off the walls, like demon form, like all this other shit, just like crazy magic shit.
Fucking just opens fucking noble phantasm swords fall out of the sky.
Opens the void. Yeah, 1,000 swords come out of the void.
Gates of Babylon. Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
Gate of Babylon.
Talk
Yeah.
about episode 4 and 5 of City.
That's not my show.
Oh, Mason? Talk about
Mason
episode
show.
4 and 5 of City. Sorry.
It does feel.
I was
much
like,
longer
excuse
than
me, what am
I
I
know it is a
talking
very
about?
Michael. Essentially revolves around Mr. Tanabe, the old nice man. Nagamo sees a wanted poster of him up in the police station, and they're like, "What's up with that? He's a super nice guy. What's going on?" And the police are like, "Oh yeah, Miss I don't remember her name. Oh, it might be Tanabe. Yeah, Miss Tanabe just wants to give an award." She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, what's the reward for any information on it?" And they're like, "Nothing." She's like, "That sucks. Fuck you guys. I'm going home." And then she runs into him, and she's like, "Hey, man, what's up with? Do you know they have a wanted poster for you in the precinct?" And he's like, "Was it Tanabe?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I didn't do anything to deserve that. Do not rat me out, please." And then they leave. And then some more hijinks ensue, and then eventually Nagamo ends up like almost delivering food to Miss Tanabe, who's an airheaded like rich woman who has a butler who is every anime butler ever. And Tanabe decides that she's going to give Nagamo an award. So the butler goes full butler and has like a chain that he uses to kidnap people. Almost gets Nagamo, does not, gets a soccer player instead on Tatewaku's team. Eventually, at the end of the episode, Nagamo gets kidnapped while Nikura and her are chasing after a pendant, that bunny cat thing that we have in the city. And then episode 5 is resolving, which is resolved in a like kung fu movie like power fight sequence, which one tower that they start in, the hospitality tower, where it's just 12 floors or something of purest hospitality. But they can also escape by finding the escape and then fighting through all of these. I say them because the old nice man and Nagamo. And Nagamo is fighting tooth and nail to try and get back to the. While the kind old man is trying to get away. And all of these challenges to get them to like go back to the hospitality solve themselves. Every last one. And it's just increasingly more and more dumb as it's a really funny bit. Also during these two episodes, our two idiot middle schoolers that share we're just getting really deeper and deeper. Because one of Etchan almost tells her that she's going to be moving away and doesn't. That's going to be fun.
Let's talk about the big thing for episode 5, which is for the first 5 minutes, it's a regular episode, and then for the rest of the 20 minutes that you have for the episode, you are following every single perspective of every character as they are converging on the party. Yeah, they're converging on the outside party outside this tower for the celebration and the award ceremony. This sequence is insane.
It's insane. There's so much happening all at once, and granted, most of it is we have an outer box and then the main box is happening until we don't. But most of it is just kind of loops of animation with 2 or 3 of them main something as well most of the time. But then we also start doing Steven Soderbergh cuts.
Yeah, your mic is cutting out.
Yeah, I don't know what's exactly happening there.
I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I saw it cutting out on Discord. Is that any better?
So far.
Okay, cool.
It'd be fine, and then randomly half a sentence would disappear.
It's fine because I know exactly what you're saying, but the viewers don't. But it's fine.
It's fine. It's more surprises for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say there are a lot of bits in these episodes I like. I think the show is still really funny and enjoyable. I think what episode 5 does visually is incredibly cool and fucking kills it from a technical standpoint. How this is animated, how it all comes together, it's all really fun and cool. The payoff is questionable of if it was worth all we did to get here. Of just knowing the answer of what's in the locket anyway and just having people vibe. It also doesn't help that some of the characters in this segment are people we don't know. So we're just following people we've never met before. Which, it's a city, it's fair.
Yeah.
But overall, I like these episodes. I wanted to put this higher from a technical standpoint of how fucking wild episode 5 is. But I really like the things that I have where they are. And I wanted to give credit to some of the shows that I felt really made strides this week. I like the show. I don't want it to go anywhere. That's where I am.
So for me with City, and I think I'm kind of on the same page with Austin with this one, where it's it's almost similar to Hikaru, but in a completely different way. Where it's I appreciate what the show's doing. It's really awesome, how the aesthetics of the show and the little things and stuff. For me, it's the comedy just isn't always landing for me, and it just feels it's just a little bit too kiddish for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's a little too basic with what it's trying to do, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy the show, and I love all the bits, all the interactions and stuff, but I don't find it as entertaining as it should be for me to rate it higher, if that makes sense. It's
I can
I'm not in love with it like you guys are, even though I appreciate a lot of what the show's doing.
Like, I can respect that it's like it's very good. I think that like it's really well storyboarded, and like the way that everything connects is fun, but I just don't find it funny. and it's just like when you and like it just feels really awkward to have like, you know, a dedicated comedy show, and then it's just like, well,
I can't judge you. I can't judge you. I've been exactly in your shoes before, so I can't say anything.
And usually it's my fucking show, so it's just the roles reversed here.
Yeah. I don't know. There are bits that I just continuously enjoy and I think are legitimately funny. The butler missing the hook and grabbing the star soccer player who always has unlucky things happen to him is a really great callback to episode 2. I just anytime or two friends with one brain cell, maybe no brain cell sometimes, are on screen together, I adore it. The fucking bit they pull in episode 4, I think, of this week, where they just run through nonsense with each other. I adore them.
It's just a Manzai act.
Burger. They just start saying foods in different languages.
Cheeseburger.
I get, obviously, I would bounce off this show so hard if I didn't find it funny. I've unlocked a new comedy part of my brain that really likes this show. Thanks, Shoten.
Yeah, right.
I just have to. I can't think of any other reason why that would be the case outside of that.
I thought you were accent-ary, but you're
Accent
actual-ary? Bruh, I am real Etchon. It's taken over accent Etchon.
They're deranged.
Those
They are
doesn't work
unhinged.
outside of the context of the show.
They're insane.
And if you two aren't watching this dub, the dub performance for this show fucking kills.
I did clock in for like 5 minutes of dub on accident because I was trying to like watch something that
He's done this twice now.
I've done this twice this week, by the way, where like I was hanging out with Austin and I clicked on something or like I had to like restart something, and so I load back in and I go, why, Austin, why are we watching this show suddenly? And then it's just like Michael and Sean, and I'm like, oh, excuse me, fellas, I'll be back. But
I please highly recommend. I watched
really
the
fun
sub
the
a
5 minutes I
little
watched.
bit.
I did.
The
watch
dub
the
is peak. It is so funny.
I will say that the dub slightly increased my enjoyment of the show, but it's not much. It wasn't much.
I would say I would be interested to see if any of the comedy actually changes in the dub to some degree, like if they have to like adjust certain things.
I've noticed because my whenever I watch on Amazon, the subtitles are fucked up and it shows the Japanese subtitles for the English.
Yep.
So I have noticed that like there was a joke during like episode 4 or 5 where they're like, wait, he speaks English, but in the he speaks Japanese, or like things like that.
Yeah. Translating regional jokes is hard. I didn't mention it because it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna briefly chime it in here because I just like to have a record on this podcast of how many times I discover a weird sub dub like flip thing that is wrong. It keeps happening. Why? Clevatess has a scene in the dub where they revive Nell, and Nell wakes up and she goes, "I'm alive," and then she goes, She, as in like as if she's talking about.
Yeah, she goes, that girl,
she, as if she's talking about Alicia, but she hasn't met her and doesn't know she's there until Klein tells her that she's there and that she's the reason that like he was able to revive her. And the only thing I can imagine is that they're matching the lip flaps to the Japanese, where she says why am I alive? I. And so it's matching Watashi. And so they're just matching the lip flaps and filling in something there, and that's what they've chose to do. It's really weird, and I would not notice it if I wasn't flipping back and forth, because I wanted to hear how Nell's voice changed in the dub, because I watched this sub this week, because I just did. It's just weird. I just keep running into this shit. I can't. I'm not allowed. We have a problem, and that's that John's next.
John!
That's fine. I can sit here and talk more about random bits from City, for like 12 years. I love what they start going down the first thing. Naguma wants to go back, and when she goes back, the people that are there are the fucking manga creators up there, fucking stuck in the hospitality suite. Also, Wako just appears. We get the fortunate that she's climbing the tower. She just appears because she's insane.
Wako is my favorite.
I love her so much. I love how she has a younger sister, and there's been no like connection that they're related outside of the last names being said.
Yeah.
John, with you in the rain.
So, with you in the rain. We have our beloved dog, and we have Fuji and her family, and they decide her dad shows up, and he's messing with the dog again. And they decide, hey, we're going to a festival. And she's like, sure, whatever, we'll go to the festival. And then she ends up like walking home in the rain again, because of course she does, because God forbid she remembers to get another umbrella. And she passes by like where she found the dog and stuff, or her Tanuki friend, and she comes home and she opens the door, and he's got a little towel for her. He's like, here you go. And she's like, okay, my day's okay again. And so she has another like chill in the bath moment where they were where the Tanuki was like, hey, I want to play. And she's like, can you not? I just want to chill instead of the rain. Can we just like relax? And he's like, okay. And then lightning starts striking, and the Tuki's like, oh shit, I'm scared of that. Like a dog. So she's like, no, it's okay. And she steams up the window, and they draw little pictures on the window. It's very cute. And then she ends up asking the neighbors, hey, do you guys want to go to the festival with us? And she goes, I can't, I'm working that day, but you can just take my daughter with your family to the festival. And they're like, okay. And the Tanuki's like, don't do it. And she's like, you can bring the dog if you want. And Tanuki's like, no, don't bring the dog. Don't bring the dog. I hate the dog. Don't bring the dog. And she's like, nah, he's scared of fireworks. He got to stay at home. And Tanuki's like, phew. So they end up going to the festival, and we find out that she's basically just biologically her long lost sister, because her and her dad are the same person. But they go on the festival, and they get the little mask, and they split off, where the dad and the parents and the neighbor girl go off to go find some good spots, while Fuji, we've lost our little guy. We lost our little guy, so we gotta go find him. So she's looking all around for him. She's looking at the apples he was looking at. She's looking at the food he was looking at. Then she sees him sneaking off into a bush, and she gets guided all the way up to the this little secret outlook where they go watch the fireworks together. And that's the end of the first episode. And in the second one,
good luck.
She goes on a what?
Good luck with this episode.
So she's being an author. She's told by her editor that she's recruited to write a story for an artist, a manga artist, who's a big fan of hers. And they have this very awkward Zoom call, where she's like, don't. And it's like clearly like her dad, or is like also her manager in the same room, was like, get on your fucking Zoom meeting already, damn it. You wanted this. And she's like, hello, I am here for the Zoom call. In the background, you see her going, oh my God, it's my favorite artist. Our author. And so she's like, And she's like, I don't care what you do, just write a story. I just want to draw it. She's like, it can be anything, full creative freedom. Please just write a story for me so I can draw it, because I'm a big fan. No, I mean, not a big fan, because it'd be cool, and I like your work. And so they decide to go out into this fall forest, where she sits down, and we have our Tanuki friend who's like, I have nuts. I have all these nuts. And she's like, you can crack them open and get the food. And he's like, I can't do that. So she's sitting there trying to crack open all these nuts for him. He grabs like 500 of them.
In heels. She does it in heels. Insane behavior.
Yeah. Honestly, the goat. And so they go and like make some delicious food at home. The dad shows up again. I think we also go to a park where we run into two new characters on a walk, who are both just like, they're like, is this your pet? Is this your pet dog? And she's like, or your pet raccoon? And she's like, no, it's a dog. Obviously it's a dog. And she's like, I forget what they said.
The dog, as we call him, drops his apple on the ground, and so he goes to clean the apple off in the fountain. And when the girl walks up, she goes, "That's a raccoon." And Fuji goes, "No, it's a dog." And she goes, "But dogs don't clean apples in water. The owners would." And she goes, "That's
it's
true.
A raccoon.
That's a raccoon. Yeah." And then the girl walks away, and her dog goes, "Why did you lie to her?" And she said, "It's kind of funny." And then
which is probably the funniest joke of the entire episode. But I forgot the punchline to it because
Yes.
it's been like fucking a week and a half. But I fucking love that bit.
And then they meet again in the park, like a week late. Who
That's
knows
what it was.
however later. And she meets the girl's other friend who likes cats. And the girl's like, that's a raccoon.
And has cat ears in her hair.
Her friend's like,
that's how you know they like cats is because they have cat ears.
Yeah, she goes, that's a raccoon. Her friend goes, that's a tanuki. And she goes, it's my dog. And she goes, you told me it was a raccoon. She goes, yeah, I was fucking with you. That's a lie.
Nah, it's my dog, bro.
And that's the bit.
This episode's all over the place, and you can understand why I forgot some stuff.
And then there's a post-credit scene
I don't know if I watched the post.
where there is a little girl with maracas. Girl question mark. There's a child with maracas who walks by.
Individual.
Yes.
Yep.
And the mother takes the maracas from the child, and the dog walks over with pine cones, and it zooms in on the child's face, and they just go, "Those aren't maracas." This is insane. I don't know what was going on here, but it's not the same show.
I know what's going on. They go mambo, 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 mambo.
He also has his winter coat,
Yeah.
and we call him
So-
Angel Chan now. At least the dad
So-
does.
I will be fully honest with you all, because I know I had this higher than everyone else. This is high for exactly one scene, and it's the welcome home scene, because that just got me.
That's
The
fair.
apple
I don't
scene.
know.
No, the welcome
I
home
think-
from the rain with the towel.
Yeah, with the towel.
Dude, it's so cute. He's just like, here's your towel. And she's like, yeah, there's my towel.
It was so cute. And it's like it encapsulates what I like about this show is just the very quiet vibe moments that we get. It's just fun and cute. Overall,
it's
like the show's fine.
It's like you're watching the show and like, this is fine. This feels good to watch. And you'll hit like once and you're like, damn it, show, you got me again. You got me this week. You know what?
Literally.
Handshake. Good job. You got that scene. Really good. Really clever. Made my heart go yippee. Okay, we're good. Yep. You get to live for one more week.
And me watching Fuji the entire section in the fireworks festival where she's looking for the dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah, I was pressed. I
Tone-
was
Like, oh,
not doing
no.
okay.
Tone
Is he
shift
gone?
tone shift for the fireworks festival is incredibly well done, and they do a really good job of taking what you could arguably say is like a rom-com trope of losing someone in a fireworks festival, and applying it to a pet. And then the tone shifts again when she follows the Tanuki into the forest, and it feels like we're about to do some weird shit, but we don't. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like it feels like we're about to completely change the direction of the
Summer
entire
Fuji
show.
died.
Just fucking enters through a torii gate, and I go, uh-oh. Don't follow the dog into the forest, please. And episode 5's just fucking insane. The 7,000 things happen in this episode, and very few of them are connected. But the bits are pretty good. I watched that episode, and I really, really liked it when I finished it, and I thought on it, and I was like, it's not as good as I thought it was, but it's still good.
Like I said, there's one scene every week that just gets you, and for me, like you said, it's the apple scene, where it's just like, it's a dog. Dogs don't pick up and wash apples. Like they can't do that.
It's
It's a raccoon.
the delivery on it that really gets me for that bit.
And-
Wait,
And like the reaction from him where he's just like, what the fuck? What do you mean it's a
Yeah.
raccoon?
it is the way in which the girl goes, dogs don't wash apples, and Fuji stops and goes, you're right, it's a raccoon.
It's a raccoon.
She
It's-
just fucking games.
For me, it's the look on the Tanuki dog's
Yes.
face as it's happening of just like pure like betrayal.
Yeah.
It's just so peak, bro.
Austin, why do you hate it?
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Also, why do you have no
Do
joy
you
in
hate
AC
fun?
armor?
Yeah.
Do you have no whimsy?
I mean, I will say he doesn't put the AC on in his house, so it's like super hot in here all the fucking time. So I think he just lives in hell. So like,
Yeah, no, that. Yeah, honestly.
it checks.
You knew that because I live in Ohio.
Also true. Shout out to our boy JD.
For context, right?
Context.
Random aside, I live in Cincinnati, and JD Vance lives about like a mile and a half from me. And like every time he comes home for a weekend, because he does that a lot, they block off this like entire road, which is unfortunately integral for me to get to like the north side, like towards the university. And I don't go there very often, but when I do, it's always whenever JD Vance is in fucking town. So I can't go that way, and I have to, and I get and that extra 2 minutes it takes for me to go around that street pisses me off.
So why don't you like?
Week, so that's what we learned that this weekend, and so that's all we've been joking about for the last like 2 days of this.
So Austin, why don't you like With You in the Rain?
It's all JD Vance's fault.
I don't understand.
Good answer.
Oh, the show just bores me. It's just I don't find the enjoyment that you guys do.
Man, you're just me this season.
I think
What
the answer
happened?
is he doesn't have joy and whimsy.
Where is your
the
whimsy?
answer.
You see, I would rather have my
Dark and
welcome
spiders.
home be from a cute girl than
Dark and
a wreck.
There's no big titty anime waifu in it. That's why he doesn't like it, guys.
I don't know. It just I'm gonna repeat like a lot of the sentiments that I have last week, where it's just like I feel like this is just fine as a manga, where it's just like, you know, it's a simple like 4-page manga, and like probably not even 4-panel, but just like it's just like short, like 4 to 8-page manga chapter where like something simple happens and it's cute and you just move on with your day. But I just don't really enjoy this as an anime because I just don't care
Not
to
for
watch.
you.
I just don't. Yeah, it's just watching 25 minutes of like
Paint dry.
effectively, yes.
I get you. I also do understand this take. I have been here before with numerous other things. I think
And,
this
like-
is better than most of the other things I've been through, but I get you.
Yeah, and it's like that's not to say that like I have also watched other colors of paint dry, and this is probably this is probably a very nice shade of the
Like
paint
chartreuse?
that I'm no, it's not chartreuse. This
How
is a very
dare
nice
you.
shade of paint that I'm watching dry. However, it is still watching paint dry, and
I also think it's in a really good season, which sucks.
yes,
Like in a different season.
I will get to it. But the only reason why I have it at 10 below Kamitsubaki,
That reason doesn't matter. Let's be honest. That won't matter in the end.
it's not gonna matter. But I want to explain nevertheless. Is that like I kind of care about where they're trying to go, despite the fact
Don't.
that the way that they're going about it is terrible.
You don't care. Michael, talk
Not care
about
about that show.
Silent
Do
Witch.
actually.
Michael, talk about the goat this week. Talk about Silent Witch.
Okay. So you're gonna have to. This is one of the ones I watched like earlier on.
Would you like help?
Yeah, I'm gonna end up needing help
Okay.
probably.
Episode 4 is
But, like,
focused
but,
on
like,
treasury stuff.
Like, yeah. So like episode 4, main thing, is so I don't remember exactly order events, but yeah, stuff with treasury happens.
So okay, do you want me
and
just
we
to
have-
take it, Michael? Because I have this episode pretty well pat for you.
Trying to because I know
she
because
gets
she has to save
the letter. She gets the letter first about Barrier Mage wife being pregnant, and while she gets this letter, while she gets this letter, the maid goes, "Hey, that dude's leaking ice mana outside in the forest, by the way, outside the boys' dormitory." And she goes, "Oh shit, we can't have that." And then she goes and deals with it.
That's bad. Yeah, and then Monica goes and deals with Cyril, and his magic exploding everywhere. It's bad that that's happening. So we get this really fucking beautiful ass scene where she goes and saves him from bad shit occurring at rapid speed. And then I know this ends up leading. I don't remember the exact connection, but this leads into them realizing the person who either is in charge of the student council, like the teacher in charge of it, or someone who had been
the advisor.
He's the advisor, yeah.
Yeah, the advisor had been like taking funds from the student council, embezzling funds for like a decade or so, or decades at this point.
5 years.
5
years.
Right. And this is the exact amount of time if you go back where the records start becoming really bad.
Yeah.
Or she's like, and Monica's like, what the fuck are these records? And the thing that tips her off is she goes, Cyril's really good at his job. He wouldn't be fucking this kind of thing up this badly. So then that leads to them kind of connecting all the stuff with his family. So he gets deleted from the school.
So I want to talk about the scene quick. He attempts mind manipulation magic on Monica. Right? And he goes, my formula is perfect. And she goes, bitch, what? No. And she swipes it away, turns it into butterflies, and fucking memory wipes him into a dream of pigs.
And then goes, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Whoopsies.
Yeah, has a panic attack because she overdid it. And then like the closeout to this episode is like
you got the barrier maid talking to shit.
Yeah, you get the barrier mage talking to the maid who's like, why did you send her there? It doesn't make sense. And he's like, well, the second prince clearly doesn't want anyone following him, and she doesn't really want to interact with anybody, and I like fucking with people, so I'm putting them in the same room together. And
the second prince has also very clearly realized what Monica's doing here, or that there's at least that she's probably here for that.
Yeah, but we get a really good bit where he talks about how he thinks Monica's like insanely strong, and he also thinks the second prince is incredibly clever, more so than probably either of them portray themselves to be. I really like the fact that the maid's like, she barely made it into the 7 mages. And he goes, yeah, how well do you think she did on the interview?
Because again, we've seen her 1v20 a group of dragons or whatever.
Yeah.
And then episode 5 is electives.
Yeah, she has to pick an elective, so she goes to
she has to pick
like,
2.
She has 2 electives. She starts going around all the
She's gotta
different
pick
classes.
3, but she's got 2 down right now.
Was she to pick 3?
I know there's 3 on the sheet. I know there's 3 on the sheet. I don't know if she has to pick 3.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. We'll find out.
She needs to get her elected list. So she goes around to all these different teachers and different like clubs and all these.
Sorry, first she kills a dragon. I forgot. This episode opens on her sniping a dragon to death.
I don't even remember that. That's just an average Tuesday for her.
Yes, but that's important because one of the guys is there who's a new character in this episode.
But so she goes to all different classes. One of them is like magic studies or whatever, and this teacher checks notes the person who taught her magic, but he's an old senile man who does not remember her. This is important. Because that's the only way she can get through this initial test.
It's not that he's senile. It's that he just can't fucking see anymore because he's old.
Yeah, that's senile.
Yeah.
Blind man. Yeah, you can't see. Niall. That's her name now. But I don't remember all the classes she goes to.
She does.
Major scenes come from that. She plays chess against Elliot, and it's so crazy. She's playing it. As Elliot explains the general rules, and he goes, "If I castle right now, I can win, but I never taught her castling." And it feels like an asshole move to castle her right now.
Because it is. It
and then
absolutely is.
She goes, wait, hold the fuck up. That's not how they... He's like, so I didn't tell you. Because it's like explaining en passant as the first thing to someone.
What?
It's like, this is a thing you can do. If the rook and king haven't moved and the space between them is open, you can move both of them. And she goes, then I lose. Damn. And then she spends the rest of the episode, every side moment going, because how could I have played that differently to guys, chess is sick. She's joining the chess club, boys.
See, so the only thing about that is they didn't tell her how the pieces work, but whatever.
I figured we'd just skip it. I figured we just didn't have to go into intense detail of how chess.
For sure.
You don't have to have a character do that. We know. Yeah. It trusts its viewers to understand chess well enough.
And then they're chatting, and they're like, yeah, this symbol for the trading company that's gonna show up here to make a delivery. And Monica goes, that's a really shitty drawing. This is what it looks like. And then they go out to meet them, and she goes, that crest is wrong. It's missing details. And he goes, are you sure?
They're
And she
bad
goes,
guys.
she goes, I have a photographic memory. Yes, I am quite sure.
I cheat. Yes.
And then she fucks with the horses silently with magic so that she can help him without using magic outwardly, which causes a horse to almost run her over, and then a girl fucking hops on the horse and rides it away so that it doesn't kill her. And then they get to bond, and she decides she wants to join the equestrian club.
Yeah. Haunts.
My guess is if she's gonna need a third, she's gonna do art. But I don't know if she'll need the third. We also do have the thing where the guy who's the fire mage who fights the dragon, who she helps kill it. He like blows up the scale of the magic reader for some reason.
He has like a 250 something, which like hers is like a 208.
But I'm not sure if that's an accurate reading or if he has something funky going on, because a lot of people have funky things going on around here. I really like these 2 episodes. They are fucking wonderful. She is phenomenal in both of them. The art and like the animation for these 2 episodes are off the charts. The music's incredible. I adore the chat. There's a lot of really small scenes with her and the guys in these 2 episodes that do such a good job of painting character without giving the guys a lot of time. Who is Chess Boy? You said his name.
Elliot. I think they just call him Eli most of the time.
Elliot is really neat because you learn a lot about him from that chess game. He has a lot of pride, but he legitimately does feel bad when he like acts on the stuff he knows isn't right, but he still won't not do it. Like, him choosing to castle was purely like he cannot look bad in front of all these other nobles in this one moment to a girl who he just taught the game to. That scene rules. In addition to it, we get a fair amount of stuff with the second prince, I feel like, where we learn he has no magical aptitude. Apparently, according to him. And he has a scene with his familiar, who he uses to spy on people. We find out he was testing Monica by leaving, like, valuable keys out, and she would just ignore them. Crazy decision. But in that conversation, the familiar's like, you're being a little too loose with her. Like, your life could be in danger. Like, assassins could be coming after you. And he's like, when my father is no longer king, I will not be important. Let me have some fun. And that's a really interesting
line.
Yeah, like there's a lot there to unpack with him. And then the barrier mage fucking talks him up a shit ton. So I'm way more interested in the prince than I was before.
Did he say when my father's no longer here? He said like when this is all settled, basically.
He said when the next king is what he says.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Mason.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I really enjoyed these episodes in this show. The only reason it's lower for me is because it, unfortunately, was just in the wrong spot of when I watched them. Truly, I watched this like second to last show of yesterday that I was watching. I watched 7 of them, or no, it was like 5. Still.
Yeah, this show's awesome. Like I love like the world building of it and stuff. I like that she's just like undercover doing this and like the little like it does all the good things right about these kind of shows where it's like the clips are good and funny and they're quick. They don't overstay their welcome. The bits don't overstay their welcome. Like it progresses the story. It introduces characters in a good way that are all like understandable and like agreeable. And it's just also like it's just interesting in that like the world itself is very cool and like the magic and stuff. And when she does like pop off, it's actually sick. Like when she like goes, no, this mind magic actually sucks ass. Let me fix it real quick, and then mind fuck you, actually. Oops, shit, I did the illegal mind fuck magic. Oh, darn it. Oh, golly, gee
I
whiz.
do love her
Oopsies.
talking to Deer after going like, but I had to.
She's like, I
He
did
was
have
the
to,
worst.
but it was really
He
cool with the
deserved
special
it.
butterflies and stuff, and he was an asshole, but like he'll wake up in like a day or two, it's fine.
What kind of dream does he have? A really cool one that has a sick number sequence in it, dude. You won't believe this number sequence.
And it's just him fucking counting fucking pigs in his fucking nightmare. You see it's like drowned by pigs repeatedly.
I'm excited for this new girl because she's also a fucking she's just a wild person. I enjoy her a lot.
She's a Chad commoner who's good with horses. Yeah. She's like, it's not befitting of nobles to like horses, but I'm not fully a noble. And
By the way,
I've seen this one before. Her other friend that does her hair.
Weird take to be like, nobles don't like horses. Which I get it. They're like, nobles don't care for the horses, but the nobles ride the horses. That's a very important nobility
we ride in the carriage. Thing. It's more so like, the important nobles don't ride horses, they ride in the carriage being pulled by the horses.
I guess for female nobles, it's not like that is a prime. Yeah, for a lot of young male nobles, that is like a really important thing is they know how to ride a horse. Like that is top priority. Well, also just for like a lot of nobles like to go hunting, and you go hunting on horseback a lot of the time. A lot of like nobles like to take women out for like rides through the woods, and you do that on a horse. Like there's like a lot of social etiquette to it as well.
I also love that, like, and so Austin cheats by pulling up summaries on Wiki for the episode, right? Spoilers behind the curtain here, and like I'm reading the summary, right? Because I'm like, let me remind myself real quick, and it says she loses when Elliot uses an advanced move, and I'm like, he castled. That's like day 2. I mean, he castled into checkmate, which is crazy, but like, it's just so funny that it's just like. I understand for her, it's like it's a maneuver that she was not informed existed, and in the moment it's great. But the way they phrase it in the summary makes it seem like he made this masterful gambit like play. And it's like, no, he just castled his king. He just happened to like put it in a position that was winning.
It's not checkmate. It's that she sees the position she's in and realizes there's no way for her to win. It's eventual force checkmate. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like mate and like something.
Yeah.
But it's just like, very interesting that it's listed as an advanced move, and I'm like, I mean, kind of, but
also in this chess scene, the initial reaction from her, where she fucking locks in and where he's like, this is used to like get you used to like military strategy. And her, like, a well-trained, actual, like, machine gun, like, like, mathematic brain machine gun with, Sage goes, okay, what's the, so, like...
What's the objective? What are my units?
So, or units have what kind of magical capability? Or terrain is what? The weather is what? What are the slopes like? And he goes, none of that matters. And she goes, oh, so it's just a simple flat land, like, pieces can move the way they do and we're done. And he goes, yeah. And she goes,
sacrifice them? Okay, good.
And she goes, oh.
They have no human compromise?
She essentially goes, oh, you're fucked.
I also just love that, like, it's like, hey, so what electives did you choose? Ah, chess and horse riding. Ah, I see you're in your Gen Ed arc. It's the my school needs this many credits to graduate. I'm taking horseback riding this semester, motherfuckers.
Taking underwater basket weave.
Actually.
Semester 2.
She's about to go play water polo.
No,
water polo is sick.
Dude, I just fucking...
Water polo's a lot of work, too.
That's true. That's true. She would not survive a day in water polo.
like if you're doing like a sport for like just to get like a Gen Ed credit out of the way, water polo would not be one.
It'd be a terrible choice.
Drawing. What kind of fucking idiot would do that? Drawing is hard.
No, that'd be like taking a Gen Ed credit in like year 2 Spanish from like no experience.
No, I just think the show. I think the show just fucking rules.
The show rips.
The show's it's just so pretty. I wish there was like, at least with these 2 episodes, there was like a little bit like less jumping around with like they wanted to talk about.
There are a couple of cuts that are a little jarring sometimes.
Discordance with like what they're trying to do between the 2 episodes, but it's like I think much more excusable with just a little bit more excusable than usual. I think otherwise I would have probably put it at number 2 over Leviathan. But just because like they did finish off like the arc with the matters of like who was trying to assassinate the the prince and where are all these like missing funds going. It's fine.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's still a really really good just really good animation. I love all the characters. They're all adorable, and Monica's a bean.
It helps that
discovered something amazing.
What, John?
The studio behind this show, I recognize it from such greats in the podcast history, such as I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class.
Yeah.
And My Setsu opening act.
Yeah. Oh, I'm aware.
Let's go. I knew I loved this show.
So
Fucking insane.
Now
This
they
show
finally got a
is
good property.
this show just has the structure of like an Otome game harem show, but without the romance from her side of it. She's just getting friends, and that rules. Like, she's just clearing all the routes for all the boys, but she's just gonna walk away and be like, "Sorry,
it is crazy.
I have no romantic
But
feelings."
guys, it's just Komi-san. She's making 100 friends and she's curing her social anxiety.
But like, the structure is clearly there for the Otome game boys route stuff. Like, she's just slowly knocking out each one of them.
Yeah.
You ready to strap in? Again,
No.
Lord of Mysteries.
One small thing I want to say about Silent
Sure,
Witch.
that's fine. I can pull something up anyway.
So we were like all making comments about like where we rated it and all that stuff. This show was gonna be at number 4. But in my head I feel bad putting both Leviathan and Silent Witch like right next to each other because they're both my shows.
You're allowed to.
I know, it's just always feels weird when I go my shows. They're good. I like them.
Let's
But
get into Lord of Mysteries. So
Good luck.
yeah, I know. These aren't as bad. My brain has to. I watched these literally right before podcast, and I have to. Episode 5 is so clearly in my mind that I have to loop back to
The
4.
Grey
Got
Fog.
it. I got it. Yeah. So episode 4 focuses on the Aurora Order, which is a cult that worships the old god. The true creator. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for giving me the actual name of it. And so there is a guy who had passed the notebook off to try to learn more about it by using just random people as sacrificial lambs, essentially. And Klein being alive is a problem because now he has the notebook, and the head of this order is not a fan of that. And so this guy, after losing 2 fingers, gets one more shot to try to get the notebook back and deal with Klein. And so Klein is trying to work out how to move through his next step in the sequence, and he's trying to take the knowledge he has, and he believes that he has to physically embody what it means to be a seer to move on, to be able to be in a position where he's able to move on to the next stage. So he wants to look out for things that lets him be more of a seer in his everyday life, and he stumbles upon like a seer club. And he gets his fortune read, that identifies that he has, like, issues with his current life and a previous life. And then he stumbles upon a guy who is doing seeing stuff with mirrors. He's doing, like, mirror divination. And he was clearly totally not the guy who works with the Aurora Order who we saw the silhouette of earlier. And he gives this girl a box that has something in it, and Klein's intuition goes, something's weird about that. I'm gonna ignore it, as he chooses to do with everything throughout this entire show. My god, man, fucking wise up for 1 minute. Klein then gets a free reading from the dude who actively wants him dead, which tells him he needs to go to... He gives him the words family and gathering, or I think he gives him gathering and family separately. And so Klein goes home, and his sister makes a clockwork turtle that is supposed to be a baby. And she's like, hey, come to my friend's birthday party. Like, we'll just take the whole family as a gathering. And he goes, family? Gathering? I'm in. This could be it. These are what have been foretold to me. And then Klein experiments with his pocket dimension. So he goes back to the table, above the gray clouds, as he calls it. And he decides that, because we get an introduction in this episode to ritualistic magic, which, like, you have to do, like, an incantation to one of the gods to do. And so he decides that perhaps what went wrong with his spells earlier but it's just something in the ritual, like he needs to be stronger. So he sets up this plan to give the other two members of his table a ritual dedicated to him, to put him on the same power level as like the other gods. By giving a three name stage like incantation for a ritual. And he's like, I need you guys to go do this. And he talks with them for a bit, and they run through some stuff. They share some information about the sequences. He shares like that you need to embody it. They talk about some other stuff. We find out that the woman accidentally lets her dog drink a potion. That's no good. But thankfully, what it's gonna wind up doing is actually just let the dog talk. We find out in the post-credit scene. Based. He goes back, he attends the party, the girls do a fucking mirror divination that causes the devil to enter the one girl's body, and Klein has to do a reverse ritual to the night goddess to try to counteract it, and he gets overwhelmed by the true creator's influence, and so he gets lucky in that the justice, the woman, winds up doing her part of the ritual to him at the same time and lets him power through it. And he's able to cast one more ritual through the night goddess and break the mirror. And then he reports back to HQ and he's like, "Hey, we should investigate this." And when they find out the guy is dead and his boss gets a fucking mind vision from the true creator, insane. That is that episode. Episode 5 is completely different. We are ignoring everything we were just doing to introduce you another organization.
The Demoness sect. The Demoness
sect. Yep. Thank you. Which follows the Demon Queen. And we find out that their hierarchy of their organization, all the people higher up are just women. And so we're introduced to this through Klein. Klein was asked by a woman to look into the status of her fiance, who is out at sea on a ship, and Klein finds out that he's going to return. That the ship's going to return, but while they're looking into this matter, they find out that there's something weird going on with the ship. And so there is a play that they go to that is dedicated to the guy who named Triss, who winds up saving all the sailors who are on the ship and bringing, well, the ones he does, bring them home, and he's held as a hero. And Klein investigates him more and finds out that this dude's fucking with people's minds and was actually behind the mutiny. And is doing some shady shit. So the organizations they work with, which all have insane names, are gonna go and investigate him. We see that he is down the assassin skill tree, and his next path this guy is gonna take, that Triss is gonna take, is the witch. And he seems very bothered by this fact. And then they run into him in an underground market because Klein is looking for amulets to protect his family. And they catch him down. They find him down there and start shooting at him. And he gets away. They chase him to what seems to be probably some kind of brothel, where Klein bumps into a woman who looks suspiciously like Triss would if he was a woman, but ignore that. She's probably totally fine. And then they completely lose the entire trail on Triss, and everything is fine for like 5 weeks or some amount of time until a bunch of people start dying prematurely. The gang investigates it and find out that all these people were gonna die, but like they were gonna die no matter what by circumstance. Like their lives just weren't good. They were sick. Like the way their lives were going was just going to result in them dying probably, almost certainly. But whatever's doing this is speeding it up, which allows them to figure out it is a ritual of some kind that they're using to basically take the remaining life from them to probably make some kind of contact with the demoness. They then go and raid the house by using Klein's divination to figure this out, where it is. And we get a really cool fight set-piece sequence where they try to chase down this witch, who is very clearly Triss, because now he is a woman. And she winds up getting away completely. And we get like an end thing where we see that where they reintroduce her as being named Trissy, which is an insane name, and that she's also actively the witch, like as the ability. These are two episodes that do very different things for this show. Overall, I think these two episodes flush out the things this show needed to flush out that were kind of left at the wayside for the first 3 episodes. I think they're largely really interesting, and I really like episode 5 as a wholly self-contained episode. It's really good. There are still a couple of issues with the show here and there. The way it cuts sometimes leaves room to be desired. Like you just go from certain things to other things, and you just have to roll with it. Again, this show sometimes looks too pretty. I don't know what the fuck they're cooking in China. But that boat and that water aren't real. I don't believe you. That's not anime. that's
It's
fucking.
that
was real. That was a real fucking boat they filmed on real water. I don't believe you. I like that episode 5 serves as a way to show you this is what you need to do to move forward in the sequences. Using an entire episode to do that is a choice. What sucks is I do really like this show. I want to give it more time to cook. It's just something else would have to go. And so that is the complicated path we are on. Is if I think there is something that is deserving of going off this podcast for me. That is a tough call.
So the show has a lot of ideas.
It sure does.
And some of them are even good ones. But the issue is that it doesn't really do a great job connecting all of its ideas, explaining its ideas, or explaining the connections of it.
Or showing you to figure out the ideas.
It's
They
just
certainly just do things.
it just does things sometimes. Most of the time, honestly. And while it does have really cool like animation, really cool instances of like certain specific ideas, really cool fights, there's nothing linking any of those. Oh, come on. Most of the time. And it's frustrating because I want more of this show to be fleshed out.
Mike hates you apparently now.
Fucking A right, man. It sucks. My headset died too, and I can't find my
Oh no.
plug it in. So, but yeah. Overall, this show has the makings of a good show, but it's just not quite there.
And that's the makings of like 4 good shows, and the issue is that it's trying to be 4 shows.
It's a sick
it's like-
fucking video game, dude.
And it's being
Yeah,
like
dude.
like some of these are really it's like a really good job with like a few of them,
This
and then
sounds
like
a
randomly
nuts
they hit you
visual
with the
novel,
2
am I
people from
right?
the Gray Fog hitting you with the. Wait a second, that's a 3-line incantation.
What is it?
Something like that. That means he's like a god from the Elden days, and I'm like, Elden, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? But also, I'm super intrigued as to what they're talking
It's
about.
funny because there's certain things that, like, to me, that whole thing made sense to me. Like, he is actively experimenting to put himself on a level. Like, he has found this weird domain through, like, fucking up a ritual of some kind. And he fully believes that he can convince people that he is a higher power and then thus draw on the same kind of benefits that you would if you were one of those deities. And so he's experimenting by having them perform the rituals. Like, the terms were dumb, and, like, but, like, when he said, like, they're like, wow, that's a 3-line incantation. I get that because a lot of times when it comes to spell systems and things, the longer and more complex things are, the stronger they are, right? Usually, sometimes. So, like, that for me clocks, but there's other stuff in here that I don't get. That is just nonsense, and it's gonna vary
It's not
from
that I
person
didn't
to person.
get it.
It's
It's just the fact that they just randomly hit
True.
you with it. And this is also right after she goes, so what if, per se, a dog took one of the potions? And they go, why do you
One
need
Why
might
to
say
know
raccoon.
this?
Some might say tanuki. You don't know.
It's a dog.
It's dog.
It's a raccoon.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys where it's just like I want to let it cook, I really do. But like there's other shows that are already kind of cooking a little bit. And it's like the double vote off this week doesn't really help its case. If it was a single vote off week, I think it'd be okay to let it cook a little longer. But here we are, unfortunately. But also you're gonna say something.
No, this show just like continues to throw like everything at me, and I'm just like don't have the attention span to keep track of all of it.
It's very much like if it throws enough at the wall, it's gonna get. I mean, you know, a show when it starts with like a 40-minute first episode, that's not like
The 40-minute every episode.
It's a 40-minute every episode, yeah.
I forgot about that. It throws so much at you that you forget that we've actually watched like a full season of it already.
And yet, I'm gonna make the argument that I think it's actually to its detriment that it has so much time in every episode. I think if it was restrained a little more,
I agree with that. Like if it was 25 minutes of things getting thrown at me, I could probably remember some of them.
and you could probably trim some things that feel awkward or put them in different places that make it flow better. There's also just there's a lot of things that are really interesting that you're feeding me, you're drip feeding me, and it's not helping. I would rather know it. Like now I have lots of questions from these 2 episodes. So how do people acquire these sequences? Like they are segmented in really weird ways. Like this organization has 4 of them. 2 evil organizations exclusively have one to themselves. How did we let this happen?
Oops.
Man.
RD.
I'm sure
I'm trying to go down the rabbit hole that is why the fuck people on the internet add the word "the" to the title of the story. Not the Lord of Mysteries. No, it's Lord of the Mysteries. And I don't know where this comes from. The name of the web novel is Lord of Mysteries. The wiki's name is Lord of the Mysteries Wiki. On the front page, it calls it Lord of Mysteries without the.
Lord of Mysteries.
I love the Mandela effect.
It just sounds so dumb to call it Lord of the Mysteries. I mean, I guess because you have all of the mysteries. You have the one with the gray fog, the one with him getting back to where he's supposed to be, the one with this person giving the dog a potion.
Because people like the phrase "Lord of the." They're quite familiar with it from other pop culture.
It is. I guess it is Lord of the Rings, but if it was bad.
I think it's kind of like where we call it Myers and Kroger's and
Clankers.
I just don't know where the thought comes. Like, where did it originate from?
Maybe the show will explain it.
Maybe it was just the original English translation.
Are they going to explain anything?
There.
Maybe. I said maybe.
Speaking of explanations, have at it, Austin.
America explain.
So episode 3, after the other witch is basically kamikaze herself to stop a Tesseract. They're just like, well, shit. What the? They're all just kind of depressed about it. And then Rime?
That's me, bro.
Fuck, I don't know. Just goes through a whole flashback where she finds out that her parents were the ones who started the Tesseract technology or some shit, and then her dad turns into a Tesseract and she kills him, and then her mom also got killed by a Tesseract. So she's just suffering. Also, this was all explained in the course of 10 minutes.
Right.
She gets saved by Kafu apparently, but Kafu punches through something with a dagger, which she doesn't do, nor does her Tesseract do. I don't know what the fuck happens in that flashback.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they go to their director, and they're like, bro, people aren't expendable. We can't just have our witches killing themselves to stop Tesseracts because the Tesseracts are going to keep coming, and also that my friends dying make me sad. And then their director was like, I don't know what you mean by that. It turns into a version of some version of Kafu. It takes on a humanoid form, tries to eat yakitori, does not like the yakitori, and then but basically just tells them that I took this form so I could learn about human emotions, and I'm starting to get it a little bit, but not really. And then at the end of the episode, in just a meeting with all the other witches, Kugel just suddenly kills the director for no fucking reason. And Kafu just has like a PTSD episode, like while their director's just bleeding out on the ground.
Okay. Quick room read. Who knew what happened at the end of episode 2 before we got into it in episode 3? I didn't fucking know it was Kugel who killed her.
I did because I accidentally watched episode 3.
Nice.
Oh wait, no, I did not. Never mind.
Yeah, I saw.
I had an idea. I was like, "Is that Coco's one?" But Kugel's always shown before that with like the weird black mask veins bullshit railgun.
Yeah.
Mm.
This happened.
And
and then episode 4 happens, which
Electricity
has
generator.
its own entire problem.
I don't know, man. This show is just fucking.
Yeah. And then in episode 4, which is actually episode 5, but it's episode 4. With the director dead, they're like, well, now the city's just going to get shit on by Tesseractors, and it's kind of all on the 5 or 6 or however many I don't actually know. 5 of us to deal with it, while Coco just has her own flashback about like waking up with amnesia and like meeting Kugel, and she's just like and eating a lot and becoming friends, and then there's a Tesseract at a Tesseractor at a train station, and they go exterminate it, but because because the director is dead, they can't just like hide the identity of the witches, so everybody thinks that the witches are the ones causing the Tesseractors, and the episode ends with everybody being like, holy shit, these guys are witches, they cause all of this, as they kill the Tesseractor.
Let's briefly talk about the fact that episode 3 ends on a character getting murdered, and then episode 4 opens with not talking or resolving the altercation in that room, but instead jumping forward like a day later, to which then we have to come back to a conversation with the Tesseractors where they go, why did we let Kugel leave? And I go, yeah, I also would like to know what happened in that room that day, but the show doesn't want to tell me. Yeah, Austin, I get where you're coming from. This show has the makings of a show, but it's missing some core parts to it that prevent it from being a show.
No, it's not missing some
Like
core
a cast
parts.
of
It's missing a lot of core parts.
The characters are
It's
there.
missing the part where I'm supposed to care about the characters
Well, that's
in
the
any
problem.
capacity.
It's completely
Yes.
skipped a lot of core building of a story that you would have. So you have characters and events happening that do not draw the response you're supposed to get out of it. And yet somehow it's still better than Momentary Lily.
Well, yeah, because this one doesn't give me a migraine.
That's true, the music's nice and soothing.
It wasn't the music before; it was the visuals.
It was the visuals, I'm aware.
It was the camera go,
There are a lot.
Like, it is crazy to have a character, like, do a betrayal, and then I go,
Who
and?
the fuck was that guy?
Yeah, like, why do I care? And then the show decides, you know when's the right time to feed you kind of a backstory? After it's happened. I go, yes, that will make me care. That'll loop me back in when I don't care anyway.
Like, the very vague concept that they put together is interesting, but the problem is that there's literally nothing besides the concepts that exists in the show and the music.
This is like when you have a mobile game and they make an animation for the mobile game that is a standalone story, but then there are core elements of the mobile game that you would need to know to understand the anime, even though it's supposed to be standalone. Except the mobile game had nothing in it, and the anime has nothing in it. And that's what you get.
Pretty Derby, which is peak, baby. Here we go, season 2 coming soon for Cinderella Grey. Woo! There's the plug for the week. We got it.
Well, the thing is that I'm pretty sure you're just like that's exactly what it is, except it's just not a mobile game. It's just like a straight up video game.
It's an idol project. This is one of those
It's
like
a group of VTubers.
Yeah.
It's like a collaboration.
To be idols.
It's a collaboration.
yes.
Did you not hear
yes,
them fucking singing?
Yes, John.
It's a
they're
collaboration between 5 VTubers and like some mixed media game that like nobody gives a fuck about.
But also probably isn't out yet.
Okay, guys, we have this great idea for an anime, but make them idols.
They
That shit sells like hotcakes.
they do this. The multimedia projects are very often bad. The only two that I have experienced that from my understanding have been good. Personal one I experienced, fucking Hypnosis Mike, let's go baby Hypnosis Mike. And
You didn't think we get Hypnosis Mike in the season. We got Hypnosis Mike in the season. We're only at week 2 of the podcast.
And from my understanding, the Disney one, that one's supposed to be really good. And like when we get the anime for it, it's coming out. It's the one with it's the villain.
Skylanders.
No, it's the Disney villain show. What did you say, Michael?
Descendants. That's one that follows their children, if that's what you're talking about.
Either way, the Disney one.
Hold on.
Hey guys.
I'll get it.
Mason.
Twisted Wonderland.
Sure.
Wait,
People-
this one's familiar.
People say it's really good. The votes are in.
They are.
Mason, did you want to say something?
I was just saying, like,
gonna be
it is
blind.
1 a.m.
Yep.
and I do work tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Um.
I have to drive home tomorrow.
Work tomorrow? That's fucked up.
So yeah, so do I, Michael.
Yeah,
Okay, but that's
joys of
you work-
retail.
Yeah, I forgot you get. I'm like fucked up.
There's one sleigh on City, one sleigh on With You in the Rain. We've avoided the worst possible outcome. There are 4 sleighs on Clevatess.
I was tempted to just not put it on one of them to open. I was like, nah. It would be funny.
There are 5 sleighs on Lord of Mysteries and Kamitsubaki, so the 2 of them will be going. We almost had The Crisis, which is we almost had to put 3 shows on a wheel and risk spinning, not Kamitsubaki.
Stays again.
I would have gentlemened you all to allowed us to not do that. I would have said,
Nope.
I would have
We go by the rules. We go by the wheel.
Kamitsubaki off,
See,
and then we just wheel the other 2.
that's
We
what
just
I
keep
would have
voting shows
recommended,
off,
but
and there are, like,
but I
5
know
slaves,
I
and
know
Kamitsubaki
these 3
keeps
wouldn't have
surviving.
allowed it because they are slaves to the wheel.
Just
We
like Back
don't-
Arrow.
we do not
where Back
condone
Arrow
slavery.
survived like 4 wheel spins in a row.
Hey, it's just the goat. But that is gonna wrap us up for the night, everybody. We will be back next week with 2 less shows, so much less anime we have to watch. Only
But
8.
it's basically 3 less shows. We think about it because it's 40 minutes long an episode, so it's actually like 2 episodes every time.
They're not that long. They're like 35. But that'll be it, everybody. Have a good